Came out aggressively. His pass incomplete. He was trying to get it to Brooks again, who got tangled up with the defender. They set the tone early last week on offense. Aggressive game plan.
Yep.
And they went for it on a couple of fourth downs early in the game. And Rattler had a nice pocket all night long. Wes Goodwin, the defensive coordinator, will be matching wits with Marcus Satterfield of South Carolina, said the game plan today, rattle Rattler.
Well, and on 3rd and long is when Clemson is at their best. They were 8 for 11 last week on 3rd down, South Carolina, but they had very manageable distances to go.
Given time, zings it, but short of the first down. Austin Stogner, who also transferred from Oklahoma in his first year with Shane Beamer and South Carolina. Well, we'll see. Is he going to be aggressive early in the game and go for it on his own 34? No, he will not.
It's 4th down. They're going to punt. And interestingly, Clemson's just keeping their defense on the field because of the respect for Shane Beamer, the special teams, the possibility of fake punts. Just a safe punt by the Clemson defense. Don't want to give up any trick play here.
Their special teams are the best in the country. South Carolina's. Kai Kroger, their punter, has thrown 3 passes this year. He bombs a punt. Antonio Williams back inside the 10 to field it, hoping for some blocks. And he will run out of bounds. And there's a very late flag thrown. Ball spotted at the 13, but there is a penalty. The referee is Matt Leffler, leading a Southeastern Conference crew in this non-conference game, the traditional season finale, the regular season, where these two schools separated by about 2.5 hours.
That was a great punt and excellent coverage. I talked to Pete Lembo on the field before the game. He was very concerned about their 2 return guys, Antonio Williams on punt and Will Shipley on kickoffs.
Personal foul, blindside block on the return team. It's penalty, it's half the distance, first down.
I think it was Miles Murphy who actually, first of all, he avoided a block. Number 98, nope, there it is. I was wrong. It was Tyler Davis, number 13, who got called for the blindside block. Murphy did a nice job avoiding an illegal block, and Tyler Davis got called for that. You know, when you're that big and powerful, you don't have to hit a guy very hard to knock him on the ground, but that's a safety rule penalty.
59-yard punt, and then the penalty brings the ball back to the 6 for DJ Uiagalelei, just across the 6-yard line. He takes off running. That was a big part of their attack last week against Miami, when he carried a career-high 17 times for a career-high 89 yards in their win against the Hurricanes. 2 weeks ago against Louisville, he carried 15 times.
I think at this point in the season, when everything's on the line, you will run your quarterback more, and DJ has responded.
The carry was for 18. Now Will Shipley, their leading rusher, needs 40 today to reach 1,000 for the season. Tackled by Tonka Hemingway. Uiagalelei from Southern California threw for 227. Big and strong, and about 30 pounds lighter than last year, 235. As you saw in those highlights, an elusive runner for a big man. His pass off the hands of their leading receiver, Antonio Williams, the 18-year-old freshman with Marcellus Dial in coverage.
One of the reasons that quarterback run was effective the first play is because this South Carolina defense is going to play a lot of man coverage. There was motion by a receiver, and Cam Smith went in motion. And take a look at Clayton White, the defensive coordinator. He is going to sell out to stop this Clemson run on early downs and force the game into DJ's hands.
Shipley, the running back. Uiagalelei, the quick throw, and almost intercepted. It hit the defender, Darius Rush, right in his hands. The fifth-year senior who has never won against the Clemson Tigers.
It's a quick throw. It's out of the hands quickly, but South Carolina read it beautifully. I mean, Darius Rush used to be a wide receiver. You think he'd make that catch?
That's why he's a defensive back.
Yep, maybe it was a good switch. but he was in perfect position. But they still get the punt early.
Aiden Swanson, the punter. No breeze at all at the start of this game. Not a good kick. Big advantage for South Carolina today in punting. They're 8th in the country in net punting. Clemson's 107th. We've already seen that, with each team having punted once. Dabo Swinney fired up and ready to go in a very important game for both teams.
COVID-19. Some people get it, and some people can get it bad. And for those who do get it bad, it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, asthma, or smoking. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, don't wait. Ask your healthcare provider right away if an authorized oral treatment is right for you.
Oh yeah, we need these, no? You know what we do need? Hot with everything! We absolutely needed these.
Introducing Taco Bell's new 7-layer Nacho Fries.
I remember you saying, I won't forget the life jackets.
Who talks like that?
You apparently.
Can we watch the replay?
I would love it.
This What Really Happened replay is brought to you by Progressive. One thing no one would challenge, protecting your home and auto with Progressive.
Wow, that is embarrassing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Roy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working.
Never not working. Never ever not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield, never not working.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
Isn't it great that T-Mobile's network is powerful enough to bring high-speed home internet across the country? Pay attention. T-Mobile home internet is just $50 a month.
Focus. Just $50 a month. No price hikes, no monthly fees.
Here is CVS Health, where they're working to eliminate the pink tax to ensure we don't pay more than men for the same thing. Because women's razors are just razors. Here, healthier happens together.
Domino's online carryout deal includes all your favorites for just $7.99 each. So let's play a word association game. Dips and twists.
$7.99.
8-piece wings.
$7.99.
Large one-topping pizzas.
$7.99.
The only place to get this deal.
Domino's.
It's nothing.
Sounds like something.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, unsystemic diarrhea.
Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes for fast relief when you need it most.
Dance into the holiday season
with a little Disney magic.
With special performances by Run DMC, Meghan Trainor, Black Eyed Peas, Neo, and more.
Let's go!
Disney's magical holiday celebration, Sunday on ABC.
The view from the AT&T 5G Skycam. Glorious late November day here, 64 degrees. Earlier in the week, the forecast was for a rainy day here in the upstate. Second possession for South Carolina. And Marshawn Lloyd on the field. And running back on the right hip and now to the left of Spencer Rattler. Quick throw, intercepted. Jeremiah Trotter heading for the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. Second interception of the year for Trotter. Part of an outstanding linebacker group for Clemson. He returned it 35 yards for the score. Their first non-offensive touchdown of the season, and now B.T. Potter to add the extra point. It's 7-0 Tigers.
I think Clemson fooled Spencer Rattler Here's Trotter. When they put the back in motion, the defense moves, and I think Spencer thought Trotter would go in man coverage, but he didn't. He hung right in the throwing lane and picked off the throw. Typically, you think that linebacker's going to go with the back. He didn't go all the way with the back. He read the eyes of the quarterback, stepped right in front of the intended receiver, Nate Atkins, and turned it into a touchdown. Beautiful play, instinctive play by Jeremiah Trotter, who has really played well over the last 3 or 4 ball games.
As has the defense. He's the son of Jeremiah Trotter Sr., all-pro in the NFL with Philadelphia, among others.
Spencer Rattler threw 7 interceptions in his first 6 games, only 1 in the last 5, but that one was a costly one.
Well, Wes Goodwin said, rattle Rattler. That was the focus this week. They confused him, and the defense has a score. Xavier Leggett brings the kickoff back, just shy of the 25. Here's Kevin Nagandi.
Good afternoon, Sean. Time now for our Mayhem Moment, brought to you by Allstate. And Dan, 36.5-point underdogs. Georgia Tech going for it on 4th and 9.
4th and 9, but you get man coverage, and they pick the number 2 receiver who gets the nickel back on him.
And then number 17 going in, Pumachan.
Yeah, outside. Georgia lost contain.
First time Georgia's given up a touchdown in the first quarter, Sean. Back to you.
Well, Georgia Tech off a win last week at North Carolina. There's Marshawn Lloyd, who missed each of the last 3 games, Mike.
Well, Shane Beamer said he knew Wednesday that Lloyd would be able to contribute significantly in this game. They're hoping for 25 to 30 plays out of him today, but he said you'll use him as much as they need to, and will call a good amount of plays from early to get him into a rhythm. And Beamer said Lloyd's physicality sets the tone for their entire offense, both running and in pass protection, and they need that physicality against this front 7.
He's been out with a deep thigh bruise. They'll also get Christian Beal-Smith back today. He's missed a lot of the year, including the last 2 games with foot and ankle problems. After the loss, Rattler's in trouble, and he just throws it away. Barrett Carter was the blitzing linebacker. Dabo Swinney said we're going to make Spencer Rattler uncomfortable. He clearly is uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, and it's just a 5-man protection, and Clemson brought more guys than could be picked up. They tried to get everybody out on the pass route. It was immediate pressure, and Rattler did the right thing, getting rid of the football. But another 3rd down and long play against this Clemson defense.
A.J. Henry brought the pressure, playing at his final home game. These Clemson players, nobody on this Clemson team has ever lost a game at home. They haven't lost here since 2016 when Pitt beat them on the last-second field goal. Good pocket this time. Rattler.
Wow.
And it got there in time. It looked like it might be picked off, but it was caught by Josh Vann for a first down out at the 46.
If there's ever any question about the arm talent of Spencer Rattler, this is a rope. It is almost intercepted, but he threw that from the right hash to the deep left sideline on a frozen rope. A beautiful throw for a 3rd down and 10 conversion.
Just before R.J. Mickens arrived for the Clemson defense.
First down, play action, deep shot is what they did last week a lot.
Up the middle, nothing doing again for Lloyd. Redshirt sophomore from Wilmington, Delaware.
One of the things they did exceptionally well against Tennessee was on early downs. They did some max protection with multiple tight ends or keep the back in and take some shots downfield, and they hit them for big plays. And that was also helpful in avoiding 3rd down and long yardage situations.
Rattler trying to set up a screen, well defended. Threw it at the feet of Marshawn Lloyd. It was Peyton Page, who's a backup defensive lineman, providing some pressure. But it was remarkable what South Carolina did on offense last week. 63 points, the most ever allowed by Tennessee in an SEC game. The most ever by an unranked team versus a top 5 team in the AP poll era, and they had 35 first downs, the school record.
And they had not had more than 17 in the previous 5 games. It was just off the charts offensive productivity a week ago.
In 3 of the previous 4 games, they didn't reach 300 yards of offense. Rattler fires, intended for Van. He was well covered by Nate Wiggins, who has really come along as the season has progressed. Wes Goodwin said the biggest part of the improvement of the defense, the development of the secondary. You can see the confidence building.
Well, we were at the game in Wake Forest, and that secondary got torched. They struggled, and Nate Wiggins, more than anybody, struggled in that game. But they have matured. They've gotten healthy. They got Sheridan Jones back, and now they're a much better complement to that front 7.
Kroger on the punt again. And another beautiful punt, high, and a fair catch made by Williams at the 10. Time for today's hardest working player. It's brought to you by Duluth Trading Company, and it's Will Shipley.
Well, Will Shipley is the heart and soul of this Clemson offense, and maybe the team. One of the big leaders on the team, only a sophomore. He will run over you, around you, through you. He's not an overly big guy, but he runs with great pad level and power, and he's always moving forward. I mean, his running style and his work ethic, I think, is what inspires the rest of his team as a leader.
Only player in the country who has at least 950 rushing yards, 150 receiving yards, and 200 kickoff return yards. 739 last year as a true freshman, injury-limited season. As we said, started the day needing 40 for 1,000 this year. To be the 23rd time that a Clemson rusher has reached 1,000. He has a big gainer there out across the 20-yard line to the 25, a gain of 15.
Because DJ has run so much recently, you have to respect the inside quarterback run. That little fake kind of sucked in the defense, and Shipley has the speed to get the ball to the perimeter. Had 128 yards against South Carolina last year in the game in Columbia.
30-0 Clemson win. Uyunglele never saw the pressure from behind. Zach Pickens, the senior from right down the street in Anderson, South Carolina, about a 20-minute drive away from Clemson.
Well, there's a new left guard in there. That's Mitchell Mays, and that's who got beat on the pressure. It was quick pressure, but it was also excellent coverage downfield by Darius Rush. They tried to go for a deep pass to Bo Collins, who they just got back.
Mays in for Marcus Tate, who was the starting left guard, injured a knee early last week against Miami. They have confidence in Mays. He started earlier in the year at right guard when Walter Parks was out. Here's Shipley, the right. Run down from behind by Sherrod Green, a 6th-year senior. Still looking for his first win against Clemson.
Take a look now. Again, man coverage. Darius Rush is a long, athletic corner. He's in perfect position on Bo Collins. They tried to fake the screen and go deep. That forced DJ to hold the ball a little bit long, and the result was a sack.
8.5 to go, opening quarter. 7-0 Clemson on a 35-yard interception return by Jeremiah Trotter.
Right now, South Carolina showing zero coverage. Look at the middle of the field. Not a single safety anywhere. It's man, it's inviting DJ to throw the football.
They back out of it a little bit. He fires, caught, first down. Joseph Ngata with Darius Rush in coverage.
Nice job by Ngata using his big frame. 6'3", 215 pounds. He's not going to run by you, but he did a good job of shielding the defender with his body and making the catch on the sideline.
Shipley and Phil Maffa now, the running backs, behind Uyunglele. And it's Maffa to the 40, a gain of 4. We talked number 2 running back a lot of the year without Kobe Pace, who returned last week after missing 5 games with a high ankle sprain.
Now, Maffa's a really good downhill runner, physical, and to have both of those guys fresh in a fourth quarter is part of why this team has won all the games that they've won.
Shipley, he may go. stumbled for a moment. It slowed him down, and they catch him inside the 15-yard line. Darius Rush ran him down, and Uiagalelei after the long fake, a nice block.
Well, Uiagalelei, but watch Parks, the right guard, Walker Parks, got the key block. DJ in there leading as well. And Shipley shows the speed when he gets through the inside. Nice little look with both backs in the backfield. Created some confusion for the South Carolina defense.
So that gets him over 1,000 yards for the season. 23rd time in Clemson history somebody's rushed for 1,000. 47-yard play, 4 rushes, 76 yards for Shipley. Antonio Williams inside the 10. Pulled down by Brad Johnson, another 6th-year senior at linebacker.
DJ Uiagalelei doing a little bit of everything. Lead block, they pulled the guard, Walker Parks. He got the first block. And then DJ's block is what sprung Shipley for the long game. This is where DJ likes to run also.
And right on cue. Weaving inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
Well, they're going to pull the guard, Walker Parks, and he's actually going to miss the block. So there's a man there, but DJ, as big as he is, he has the ability to make people miss. He doesn't look nifty, but he is very quick in his movement and making people miss. He made 2 or 3 defenders miss on that run for the touchdown.
3 straight games with a rushing touchdown for Uiagalelei. First time he's done that in his career. 9-yard score, the extra point good by B.T. Potter. He did it all on that drive.
Absolutely. A little lead block action. Hit the pass on 3rd down. And then he calls his own number for the touchdown and a 14-0 lead for the Tigers.
If you already know that a blend of tender, marbled Wagyu beef makes the best burger, good for you. Arby's Wagyu Steakhouse Burger is back. You beef genius? Arby's, we have the meat.
The holidays are here, and Dick's Sporting Goods has all the best gifts for everyone on your list. The hottest footwear from Jordan, Nike, and Hoka. And the coolest apparel from all the best brands, plus must-have gifts from Yeti, Callaway, and the North Face. When you're running short on time, shop Dicks.com, where 1-hour pickup is always an option. And with our best price guarantee, if you find a lower price, we'll match it. This season, give the gift of sport. Every holiday starts at Dick's.
This isn't about chasing some silly dream. It's about facing your destiny head on. Are we about to turn back now? I say nay. We shall push forward to destiny.
Sure, Tim. Gently push in the clutch and put it in first.
A first for destiny. A first for destiny.
That's half the fun of a new house, seeing what people left behind in the attic.
Well, saving on homeowners insurance with Geico's help was pretty fun, too.
Oh, it's a tiny dancer.
They left a ton of stuff up here.
Well, enjoy your house.
Nope. No, thank you.
Geico could help you save on homeowners and renters insurance. On a Fansville Homecoming by Dr. Pepper.
Surprise! CJ, we weren't expecting you.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing here?
Hey, go State.
You replaced me with star quarterback Bryce Young?
We could never replace you.
Here's your Dr. Pepper, Mom. Mom?
It's just a silly nickname.
He came up with Dad for me. Here you go, kid. Huh. They're my family now, CJ.
Next time on Fansville.
Hey, brother. Get out of my room!
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Hurry to get Black Friday deals now at Target. This week, save on the hottest gifts to get ahead this holiday. Event ends Saturday. Get low prices and great deals so you can holiday your way. Only at Target.
College football on ABC is presented by Arby's. Arby's, we have the meats. And in part by Target. Score low prices and great deals only at Target.
Last win in this rivalry for South Carolina on November 30th, 2013. They forced 6 turnovers that day. Their 5th straight win. All of them under Steve Spurrier. BT Potter kicks off. And Xavier Legette's going to try it. They're 4th in the country in kickoff returns. But well covered there by Clemson. Sherrod Koval made the tackle. Coming up tonight, 7:30 here on ABC. Number 15, Notre Dame, the only team to defeat Clemson this year, against number 6, USC. Trojans right in the thick of the college football playoff picture. Notre Dame 8-1 since an 0-2 start. USC on its way to the Pac-12 title game, but thinking about more, Caleb Williams, perhaps the leader in the Heisman Trophy race.
Incredible job by Lincoln Riley. Not only did he turn the roster over, but he got them all to buy into one theme and right where they want to be.
Swing pass to Jaheim Bell. Chopped down by Andrew Makuba. Bell was their leading running back the last 3 games without Marshawn Lloyd and Christian Beal-Smith, usually a tight end.
Very versatile guy. They can throw it to him, hand it to him. One of the things that Marcus Satterfield told us is, you know, by playing him at running back, we could guarantee more touches for him by just handing it to him, because they want him to touch the football at least 12 to 15 times a game.
They take the flip to Jalen Brooks. They fire downfield, and what a catch by Josh Vann.
Well, great catch. Vann down at the end of the play, but also tremendous protection. They faked the reverse. Nice job by Spencer Rattler hiding the football, but the protection was there for a long time. You'll see that coming across the field here. There's the fake. Look at the protection. Here comes Vann all the way across the field. And Rattler hits him for the completion.
To the 45-yard line, a 34-yard play.
One Bounty versus 2 of the leading ordinary brand. 1 sheet of Bounty absorbs more than 2 sheets of theirs. And the winner is Bounty. One and done. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Eat, play, eat, play, eat, play. Combo! Dave & Buster's Eat and Play Combo is back. Get an entree and a game card starting at $19.99. Now through November 27th, only at Dave & Buster's.
Hey, girls! Are you kidding me? Is that for me? How? Oh, can't wait to see what you got your mother.
The BMW Road Home Sales Event, on now. Receive a lease loyalty credit of up to $3,250 on select models now through November 30th.
Don't miss out on Walmart's Cyber Monday deals for days. You can score big on tech, toys, and more. This Cyber Monday, head online and don't miss out on our hottest deals of the season. That's Walmart's Deals for Days.
This is Cynthia Suarez, CFO of GoGo Food Co., an online food delivery service. Business was steady until...
GoGo Food Co.? Go check it out.
Overnight, users tripled, which meant hiring 20 new employees and buying 20 new laptops. So she used her American Express business card, which gives her more membership rewards points on her business purchases.
Somebody order some laptops?
Cynthia Suarez, CFO, MVP. Get the card built for business by American Express.
Free breakfast, anyone?
Express yourself. Oh, yeah. Express yourself. You don't ever need help from nobody else. All you got to do now.
Impressive. Enjoy our free, fresh, hot breakfast any way you like. Only at Holiday Inn Express by IHG Hotels and Resorts.
The Eat Fresh
Fresh Refresh just won't stop. Now Subway's refreshing their catering with easy order platters and lunch boxes perfect for any party. Pool parties, tailgates, holiday parties, even retirement parties.
Man, I love parties.
Subway keeps refreshing and refreshing. If there's anyone here who knows why they should not be joined in...
Short. He's short.
She's just...
He's so clearly short.
Girl, that's too much.
It's college football with AT&T 5G. It's never too much.
What's the score?
You're looking very handsome, Tyler. Very tall.
AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
The highlight of the season is here. The Great Christmas Light Fight. Monday on ABC.
A moment ago, Josh Vann walking off with assistance. We're not going to show you the replay. It was a very gruesome looking injury to his left leg. He made the catch and then landed awkwardly. But the play has them at the Clemson 46. The pass batted down by Trotter, who already has an interception return for a touchdown.
Similar situation. Trotter just in the middle of the field with eyes on the quarterback. And he's reading Spencer Rattler. They're going play action, trying to get a quick throw over the middle. And Trotter right in the throwing lane again. It's a really important drive for South Carolina. They can't fall too much further behind. A week ago, they were on point. The week before that, they were 21-0 down at Gainesville. Lost 38-6.
Rattler escaped from Sheridan Jones, a blitzing corner, and still forced to throw it away. More pressure from this outstanding Clemson defense, populated by linemen, all of whom will be drafted in the NFL.
Yeah, the problem for South Carolina, both the tight end and the back are going to block this way, and the pressure came from there. There was nobody to pick him up. And Rattler somehow avoided the direct hit and got rid of the football, but another third down and long situation. 1 for 3, and most of the reason for that is almost every third down has been 8 or more.
Play clock running out. They just do get it off. Rattler steps into the throw, going deep into double coverage, and it's almost intercepted. Off the hands of Jalen Phillips. It was intended for their leading receiver by far, Antoine Juice Wells, who has 54 catches coming in. That's more than the next 2 Gamecocks combined.
Well, Sheridan Jones is in great position as the corner, and the safety, Jalen Phillips, is the guy coming over to the other side and helps his corner, but Sheridan Jones was in perfect position on his own.
Apparently the camera guy in the progressive pylon camera likes to draw as well.
What happened there?
Talented artist. Here's Kai Kroger's had an excellent first quarter, punting for the 3rd time. And boy, they are so good on special teams. This one will be downed at the 1-yard line. Darius Rush got there to keep it out of the end zone.
Take a look at the end of this from the progressive pylon cam. Man, that is it's an athletic move. This one is the view from the progressive pylon cam. So they got 2 for the price of 1.
They're 8th in the country in net punting. That's a 44-yarder down at the 1. There's Pete Lembo, who's one of the 15 semifinalists for the Broyles Award as the top assistant coach in the country. We'll go back to some of those marks. Flag down behind the play as Maffa runs out of bounds at the 14. There is a penalty thrown behind the line of scrimmage for a hold.
Offense, number 84, half the distance. Replay, first down.
Tight end Davis Allen.
Now, we talked to Brandon Streeter every time this year that he just raves about Davis Allen. He's become a very dependable receiver, but he says the best blocking tight end they've ever had here at Clemson in his time. He was the one who got called for the hold there. There's Brandon Streeter, former quarterback, said he's 12-1 in his career against South Carolina as a player and a coach.
Maffa across the 6. Special teams helping South Carolina. An otherwise dismal first quarter. Only Notre Dame has blocked more than their 6 kicks. 5 of those are punts. They're 4th in the country in kickoff return yardage, 2nd in punt return behind Duke. Stanford is the only other team in the country that hasn't missed at least 1 field goal. Pete Lembo has done a phenomenal job, former head coach at Lehigh, Elon, and Ball State. And it's Maffa again. I like what Shane Beamer said. He makes it fun. He has a theme every week. Earlier in the year, they had the royal family. Some of their play calling for special teams was William or Kate. Right. This week, it's 70s rock music. We said to Shane, your players don't know anything about rock music from the 70s, but they have one of their calls this week will be ABBA. I know one of your favorites.
Yeah. Big ABBA guy.
3rd down and 4. Oyunglele broke some tackles but didn't make it to the first down marker.
That's a big
TJ
stop.
Sanders tripped him up.
Big stop right there, because if they convert the first down, new set of downs, little breathing room. Now they've got a punt from being backed up. And we already showed you 5 block kicks. So you know that's in the mind of this punt protection team of Clemson. Interestingly enough, you said Notre Dame has more block punts. The first score of the game in South Bend was a block punt return for a touchdown.
By Notre Dame against Clemson. It was an ugly performance by Clemson. It really seems to have hurt them with the College Football Playoff Committee. Their only loss of the year. Aiden Swanson, better effort this time. Nose up wobbler. But again, South Carolina picking up yardage in the punt game. That's 42 off the foot of Swanson. Here's Molly.
Well, South Carolina wide receiver Josh Vann had to be helped off the field. You saw he couldn't put any weight on his left leg. They brought ice into the medical tent, and I'm told that he's undergoing further evaluation for a left knee sprain. He's questionable to return. Also, tight end Jaheim Bell dealing with some pain and with a left wrist injury as well.
Vann returns after the injury that we saw. That would be a big surprise, but it's good to see him walking around. That's even a big surprise. Of course, that's not the same number 6. That's Zach Pickens. You have to love the double numbers in college football. When we become commissioners, co-commissioners of college football, we're getting rid of double numbers.
Will we institute triple-digit numbers if we need it, or just no repeat numbers?
99 players should be enough. Give them all their own number. Jaheim Bell for very little. Barrett Carter made the tackle. He's in a very active first quarter.
Well, again, I don't think that they have been as aggressive early downs. As you take a look last week, Spencer Rattler was virtually unstoppable, but a lot of it was early down, max protection, play action passing. They haven't really tried that yet so far.
Here comes a blitz. Rattler stepped up, fires down the field, and a catch. Nate Atkins, the tight end, known more for his blocking, makes a tremendous catch at the 19-yard line.
This is a guy who, coming out of high school, barely had an FCS scholarship offer. He transferred over here. His dad's the offensive line coach. His role has expanded each week. What a catch.
32-yard gain. Back to the run with Christian Beal-Smith, the transfer from Wake Forest. Atkins transferred, and he's injured on the last play, from East Tennessee. He was a pass catcher there. Had 73 catches, 33 last season. But has been much more of a blocker. Matter of fact, that's just his 5th catch of the season for South Carolina.
He does a little bit of everything, and his role has gotten bigger and bigger each week with some of the other injuries they've had at different positions.
Important drive for Carolina, trying to get back in the game. They run a reverse. Jalen Brooks has a blocker out in front, and he gets tripped up inside the 5. R.J. Mickens saved the touchdown.
Really nice job by Austin Stogner. He was the lead blocker. Normally you bring this guy over, blocks the edge of the line, they send him out. He gets the nice block on Makuba. And a nice cut inside that block by Jalen Brooks. Critical drive right here for South Carolina. To make it a one-score game.
Be the last play of the first quarter. 15-yard gain. The creativity on offense continues on the South Carolina side. But it's Clemson and Dabo Swinney leading 14-0. ESPN's presentation of college football on ABC. We'll return after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Did you know Google makes a phone? Do you know about its camera? Like the way it fixes blurry photos, magically erases annoying distractions, and even fixes photos taken with your old phone. Now that you know all that, did you know switching has never been easier? Start fixing with Pixel, the only phone engineered by Google. Switch now and get Google Pixel 7 or Pixel 7 Pro for free.
Over the middle.
Hey, that rookie corner? We were boys in college.
For real?
Well, I'd see him on campus a ton.
Oh, yeah?
I'd say, hey. He'd say, what? What's up? Because he usually was listening to music because he loves music. You guys probably don't know that about him. Yeah, we're friends.
Wish your car's air freshener didn't start so strong and then fade too soon? Try Febreze car vent clips. Unlike other fresheners, Febreze releases a consistent amount of scent day after day for 40 days. Won't overwhelm, won't fade away. Febreze car. Love it or get your money back.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Ow, what a hit. And if you have cut rate car insurance, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
It was a night at the Home Depot, at every location. A night when our stores see a grand transformation. We bring out the tools you really do need, like snowmen and string lights and plenty of trees. We work through the night preparing our splendor for Black Friday savings all through November. And what you do next is always fantastic, because we have the tools to make your holiday magic. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Marinara, mozzarella, look at this royal crispy fella. Sauce and cheese, crispy chicken, Italian royal is what I'm picking. BK, have it your way.
The Great Christmas Light Bite returns for its sweetest season yet.
We have 5,000 marshmallows in here.
You'll be begging for some more.
Get out of here, this is crazy!
The Great Christmas Light Bite, Monday on ABC.
Let me see your hands. You're under arrest for espionage. He was busted with $2 million in cash and forged passport.
What he's accused of carries a death sentence.
Someone is trying to set me up. Our side is compromised.
We both want to help him, but we gotta be smart about it.
We cannot let the boss down. This is a matter of life or death.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Yeah.
Eric's New Year's resolution was to work smarter, not harder. So getting a new Volkswagen SUV was a no-brainer, because he can save on maintenance costs over the next 5 years. Now all that hard work can go towards what he needs the most. At the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event, you too can make maintenance cost worries so last year. Hurry in to lease a new 2023 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
Wake up with Ryan and Christina. Weekday mornings only on News 10 ABC.
It's been a long time since South Carolina scored a touchdown against Clemson. Fourth quarter of the 2018 game here, a 56-35 Clemson win. The last two meetings won by Clemson 68-3. They didn't play in 2020 because of COVID. Time for their first score of the game, 1st and goal. And the pass incomplete. Thrown in the direction of Austin Stogner, who played a big part in convincing Spencer Rattler to come along from Norman, Oklahoma to Columbia, South Carolina.
He's 6'5". They tried to get him singled up on Nate Wiggins, but Wiggins did a nice job holding his own out there in coverage. More to go.
Rattler's on the sideline.
Carrion Joyner, the quarterback. More than a Wildcat. He can throw, but he's a dangerous runner.
Handed it off to Christian Beal Smith. Across the line, but not by much. Jeremiah Trotter, who has scored a touchdown, the first of the game on an interception return on the stop. Here's 3rd down and goal. Wouldn't surprise you if this is 4-down territory. Shane Beamer hopes it doesn't get to that. Nate Atkins, who was injured on that long pass play, has returned to the game. An important blocking tight end. Marshawn Lloyd, the running back, bounces outside. He's in trouble and knocked out of bounds for a loss. R.J. Mickens forced him wide. Trotter in on the play, and Nate Wiggins at the end of it.
Yeah, that was really good defense, just stringing it out.
They are going to go for it, even though they lost yardage back to the 4.
Now this place will erupt if Clemson gets a goal line stand here. They've had 4 cracks at it, and they've gone backwards. This has to be a throw by Spencer Rattler.
Christian Beal Smith, the running back. Rattler faked it to him, has time, back in the end zone, touchdown, Juice Wells.
Boy, what a cool and calm job. And we were talking in the break. This offensive line has done a pretty good job holding their own against this Clemson front. Watch the protection. It's only 5 guys blocking. Rattler has time to allow Wells to get to the back of the end zone and then delivers a perfect touch pass to his favorite target. But credit this South Carolina offensive line for protecting their quarterback and giving him a chance.
5th receiving touchdown of the year for Wells. Transfer from James Madison. The extra point good by Mitch Jeter. And the Gamecocks right back into the game after an 8-play, 51-yard drive.
Well, we talked about Spencer Rattler and what he's done. Watch him step up in the pocket here inside the block of Javon Gwynn. Perfect touch pass to Atkins. And then the creative play calling that Marcus Satterfield was showing last week with the reverse to Jalen Brooks. And then on 4th down, just again, clean pocket and a beautiful throw by Spencer Rattler. And South Carolina right back in this football game. And their defense has played well. Their defense has only given up 1 touchdown to Clemson. So their defense has their feet in the ground, feels pretty good about themselves. And right now the offense is responding.
So finally a touchdown against Clemson. It came on 4th down. That 30-0 game last year in Columbia, so ugly, Shane Beamer apologized to the Gamecock fans after the game. He doesn't have much to apologize for. They're going to a bowl game for the 2nd straight year. I think most people around college football believe this is a Gamecock program on the rise.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the thing about last year was it was a beatdown. They got outrushed 265 to 43 in the game, and they just had no answers for the Clemson running game. So far in this one, a much better job.
Mitch Jeter's kickoff, a touchback. Here's Kevin.
Let's go to the shoe. Ohio State striking first here, Boog. C.J. Stroud in the air.
Michigan playing man coverage. Really good job by Booker getting inside, stacking the cornerback.
And right now, it's the Buckeyes up 10-3 over number 3, Michigan. Back to you, Sean.
Winner of that, well, certainly going to be in the college football playoff. They'll still have to play the Big Ten title game, but the winner will be a huge favorite over the champion of the Big Ten West in a division nobody wants to win. Will Shipley fighting across the 30. All Iowa had to do yesterday was win at home against Nebraska to win the Big Ten West. They could not, so it's Purdue and Illinois now playing today to determine that. The All-State playoff predictor, George, is a lock. Ohio State given a 96% chance entering today. And Clemson at 31%. But there are several paths for them. Uyunglele could not get away. Swung down by Gilbert Edmond, the defensive end, redshirt sophomore from Fort Pierce, Florida.
Yeah, Edmond has really had to step up into the role as a starting edge player. And take a look at him. He's right here. When they lost Jordan Strawn, one of their best players, Edmond had to really step up. Has gotten better and better each week. Stayed at home very nicely on this play and wrapped up DJ.
They've had several key injuries on defense. Mohamed Kaba was a starting linebacker. He went down early in the year at Arkansas with an ACL tear. Here's 3rd down and 6. And the catch made, and it looks to be enough for the first down for Bo Collins. Back in action after missing the last 2 with a shoulder injury.
He was working on Cam Smith, and a little more cushion than I expected to see. Cam Smith did a great job last week following Jalen Wyatt all over the field for Tennessee. He was on coverage on that play.
Tom McShay has Smith, the projected first-round pick. Maffa, as usual, a tough run. 6'1", 230-pounder out of Loganville, Georgia. He got 7. Zach Pickens and Jordan Birch made the stop.
Again, when you have difficulty stopping the run, it is the most demoralizing thing that can happen to your defense. And last year, 265 yards on 43 carries in that 30-0 win.
Swing pass through the hands of Maffa is a live ball. No, it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, if you're the defense, you go ahead and recover it automatically anyway. It did look like it was a clean forward pass to me from a live view.
Whoa.
We'll take a look where the ball ends up.
Oh, boy.
And one thing I learned from listening to Matt Austin over the weekend is if the ball is even or behind, it's a backward pass. It has to be clearly forward to be a forward pass.
Incomplete forward pass. The previous play is under further review.
Well, while they look at it, Daniel Boldrick, the replay official, will give Matt Austin time to ponder this as well.
An experienced QPC eater knows you should never let the ketchup that falls from the hot and juicy burger go to waste.
It's Tim Tebow in a Verbo, where you get the whole place to yourself. So it's always just you and your Gators.
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath?
No? Who is that guy?
Jazz bath? Call or click to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show them who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Bring it on.
Pack all the things. Fly on your schedule. Reward yourself and girls whenever. Stay or go when you wanna. And more is on the way. So when you're ready to go, go with heart. Go with Southwest.
The newest thing from Pizza Hut isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99.
I be like,
This isn't about chasing some silly dream. It's about facing your destiny head on. Are we about to turn back now? I say nay. We shall push forward to destiny.
Sure, Tim. Gently push in the clutch and put it in first.
A first for destiny. First, for destiny.
Tuesday night, come to laugh, feel love, and learn the secrets of one of the most loved Christmas movies.
Love Actually is...
Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on ABC.
Well, the play is standing as called incomplete pass. What do you think, Matt Austin?
Well, I think this play would have stood no matter which way they called it. It is so close. He lets go of the ball at the 36.5. It's touched right at the same point. I think actually it's backwards, but I don't think they can do anything with it, so I like the call.
Not conclusive, so they left it. Big break for Clemson. Uyunglele stopped right by the 45-yard line, which was the line to gain for the first down. This is going to be close. He got driven back by Jordan Birch, junior from Columbia. It is just enough for the first down. He was heavily recruited by Clemson, highest ranked recruit other than Jadeveon Clowney in South Carolina history. Number 4 high school prospect at any position in the country, the class of 2020. Antonio Williams went in motion. Play action pass. Uyunglele, the wheel route, and it is just too far in front of the outstanding freshman, Williams.
He had a couple guys running with a little bit of space that time. Just an overthrow by DJ. Well-conceived play. And Antonio Williams has been outstanding as a freshman. I mean, just mature beyond his years. He's the leading receiver. He's just done everything and has really been outstanding.
In-state player playing in this Palmetto Bowl. One of 53 Clemson players who hail from South Carolina. Uyunglele faked the handoff, and he could not get away. Boy, there have been a couple of big tackles. That one by Alex Huntley. Because a couple of times on this possession, if Edmond and now Huntley didn't make tackles, DJ had a long way to go.
Well, and as we've mentioned, I mean, he is very elusive. I mean, he doesn't look nifty or nimble, but he does have the ability to make people miss. He does it every time he runs it. And you're right, a couple sure tackles limit the game on the big quarterback.
Clearly trying to establish the run game. They've run 24 plays, 18 of them runs. They've passed for only 13 yards. DJ 2 out of 6. On 3rd down and 9, he got hit as he threw, and it wobbled over the head of Bo Collins. Jordan Birch and Brad Johnson involved in that play.
Jordan Birch did a nice job beating the freshman right tackle, Blake Miller. Just a good speed and power rush, and he gets around him. Watch the top of your screen, gets around the freshman tackle. He's there, and also Brad Johnson there from the inside. I think Birch got the arm, and Brad Johnson was right in the face of the quarterback as well. So good pressure on 3rd down.
So here's Swanson. Brought pressure. Line drive kick. And that goes out of bounds.
Beautiful work.
At the 2-yard line. Wayne Swanson says South Carolina isn't the only good punting team in this game. 52 yards and perfectly placed. The Progressive Pylon Camp. It's 14-7 Tigers.
These moments don't last forever, but Duracell can make them last longer.
What can I do for you, man?
I'm really craving nacho fries.
Ads are working.
What ads?
Oh, like all the pictures I put over here in the bedroom. I put that there.
Guys, there's something on the ship. There's something with us here.
What do we do?
Get to the escape pods. Go now!
Okay, I'm an alien.
And I got these claws. I'm climbing the wall now.
If you're making a sci-fi movie, you need to finish the special effects.
Does that look good?
And if you want to save by bundling home and car insurance, you need Geico.
Guys? Uh-oh.
See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
Is that going to be a problem?
I'm not leaving without these diamonds.
Diamonds? I'm just here for the stains. With Persil Pro Clean. Boom. It's more than clean. It's Persil Pro Clean.
Sure, you can get data everywhere, but you have to use it everywhere? All the time? That's not really you. With TracFone, you get great coverage on the most reliable 5G network in America. But you pick the plan that you need. Unlimited talk and text plans now start at $15 a month, no contract. And if you have data, it'll always carry over. And now you can get the Nokia C100 for just $39.99. TracFone.
I got a load full of paprika, garlic, black pepper, and salt for the all-new breading-free blackened chicken sandwich. Do you copy?
Copy that.
You think others will copy us?
Let them try.
Introducing the new blackened chicken sandwich. No breading, all flavor.
It takes fight to be a full-time fan. There'll be early check-ins and late shifts, good days and bad ones. But you'll never quit because you're in this together. It won't always be easy, but when you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Rivalry Week, when college football's fighting spirit comes to life. Presented by Modelo, brewed for full-time fans with a fighting spirit.
We hope you're having a great Thanksgiving weekend. We are so thankful for the opportunity to work with all these wonderful people you're seeing on your picture, our crew, their families, enjoying Thanksgiving. Our producer Josh Hoffman, our director Scott Johnson, and just an amazing group of really nice and really talented people. Here's pressure. Rattler somehow got away, then got the throw off. The question was he down on a knee? The other question is it going to be grounding? Ruka Rororo collared him. Rattler spun away, but then as he was going down, went down on a knee to throw it.
It was immediate inside pressure, a bust up front. And Rattler, does his knee go down before the ball goes out? Now, there is a receiver in the area in Bell.
Intentional grounding on the offense, number 7. The result is a safety.
I thought Jaheim Bell was actually a receiver somewhere in the area on that left sideline. But the pressure and a bust, and this offensive line has done a great job, but Arororo just comes right through the inside. Nothing Rattler can do, but see, there's a receiver down here in this area by where the ball was thrown. I don't know why that's intentional grounding, other than he was definitely trying to unload it, for sure.
Well, let's bring in Matt Austin as the Clemson defense celebrates a safety for the second week in a row. They had one against Miami last week. Matt, what'd you think?
Well, Todd, what you said there at the end is exactly right. Once you've been hit and you're under that much pressure and you're going down, you've got to get it a lot closer to a receiver. If you throw it when you haven't been molested yet, you're fine. Yeah. But if you're on your way to the ground and you dump it, you got to get it really close. So this is a good call.
He was definitely on his way to the ground. I mean, it's amazing that he was able to stand up as long as he did. And again, we talked about this offensive line had been doing a great job against this outstanding Clemson defensive front up until that point. A mix-up up front. And Clemson's defense records 2 more points. That's 9 points now in the ball game. Credit to the Clemson defense.
There's Wes Goodwin. Said their performance last week against Miami by far their best of the season. They held Miami to 98 total yards of offense last week. That's the 3rd fewest in the history of the Hurricane program and the fewest since 1965.
And it was only 8 yards in the first half. I mean, it was a total domination from start to finish.
Miami had only 6 first downs in that game. They're going to go to a little trickery of their own. Shipley handed it off.
Oh,
now the ball comes out.
What
and the ball is recovered by South Carolina. Maffa took the handoff, and then it came flying out of his hands. And the Gamecocks have it. It's Trayvon Kenyon.
Dabo went with a little trick play on the kick return. I mean, this is set up. Hands it to Maffa in a little scrum huddle. And then Maffa just loose with the football. You can see he's very loose with it, never gets it tucked away. And an unfortunate mistake by the Clemson special teams. My goodness.
Mitch Jeter, the kicker, had him around the legs. So trying to beat the Gamecocks at their own game on special teams. It was actually an effective play until the fumble by Maffa. Antoine Wells on first down. Let's go back and look at the fumble.
I don't know if anybody punched it out. I think he just lost it.
To the point where it almost looked like he was trying to lateral it to somebody else.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Rattler throwing down the sideline, back shoulder for Brooks. Jalen Brooks gives South Carolina first and goal at the 8-yard line with Sheridan Jones in coverage.
When it comes to just throwing the football, Spencer Rattler's pretty. I mean, he throws it like an NFL quarterback. When he has time and a clean pocket, he throws it as well as anybody. Beautiful back shoulder accuracy that time to Brooks.
Quick throw. Wells again. With Brooks trying to block for him on the perimeter. Wells made it inside the 5. Jalen Phillips stopped him. They spotted at the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Clemson leading 16-7. They've scored 9 points on defense. An interception return for a touchdown and a safety. Five receivers spread the formation now. Rattler danced away from Trotter. Spencer Rattler into the end zone for a touchdown.
What an effort. What a great effort by Spencer Rattler. Again, there was quick pressure inside. He was able to elude the immediate pressure. Watch him step up. Get away from the immediate pressure. That was Trotter coming on the blitz and then got it into the end zone. Outstanding individual effort.
When we talked to Rattler, Maffa's fumble set it up. They go 37 yards in 4 plays. He said he wants to run the ball more.
Well, he knows, I mean, he's a pass-first guy, but he also knows he has the ability to make plays with his legs.
Third rushing touchdown of the season. Jeter the extra point. Entertaining Palmetto Bowl. Maffa's fumble on the kickoff return with the kicker Jeter wrapped around his legs. And then Rattler makes it a 2-point game.
There are still too many bad burgers out there. So Arby's is running that Wagyu Steakhouse burger back. Arby's, we have the meats.
A dental tool is round for a reason. So is an Oral-B. Round cleans better by surrounding each tooth. So clean, you'll feel like you just left the dentist. Oral-B. Brush like a pro.
Come and get it.
Freezing cold. Blazing heat. Rain-X premium silicone wiper blades are engineered to withstand the most extreme conditions. They last 2 times longer than traditional wipers. If Rain-X premium silicone wipers survive these conditions, clearly they'll last in yours. Rain-X, outsmart the elements. Find Rain-X silicone wipers at these retailers.
Every layer of this mud has revealed another layer and another layer.
Everyone is in danger. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. Rated PG-13.
Trash. If we can't punch this one in, we don't deserve to win. What? Looks about 30 yards.
Yes, touchdown!
It's too much. It's college football with AT&T 5G. It's never too much. Sorry.
Trojans winning? Oh yeah, we're winning.
AT&T 5G, fast, reliable, secure.
COVID-19. Some people get it, and some people can get it bad. And for those who do get it bad, it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, asthma, or smoking. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, don't wait. Ask your healthcare provider right away if an authorized oral treatment is right for you.
After a disaster, you don't just want something new, you want what's yours. That's why Tide Loads of Hope is expanding to provide clean clothes to more people in crisis. With every purchase of Tide Hygienic Clean, you can help too.
Disney's magical holiday celebration, Sunday on ABC.
Back at Death Valley, time of the Affleck trivia question. Clemson's won 40 straight home games. That is the all-time ACC record. We want to know how many teams have had longer home winning streaks in the history of FBS college football. Mitch Jeter to kick off. And it's a touchback. The answer to that question is 7. Do you know who had the longest?
No.
Miami. 58. Apparently they changed the question from when they typed it on the card that I read. I'd be a lousy game show host. You'd have to edit that out in post-production. Miami 58, 1985 through 94. Clemson tied with Notre Dame from a long time ago. The 8th longest in college football history. They're in a tight one in this home game. Will Shipley the ball carrier. And Todd, you think about it. Pitt, the last team to win here, visiting team back in 2016.
Right.
That is their only loss in their last 60 home games. They are 59-1 here. Yeah. And not for a 48-yard field goal with 6 seconds to go. We could be talking about a 60-game home winning streak.
It's amazing. You have senior classes come and go here that never lost a game at home. I mean, that's just amazing.
Flag thrown by the back judge.
The play clock ran out or not.
That is one of the many responsibilities for the back judge.
There was an error with the play clock. There is no delay game. Please reset the play clock to 25 seconds.
Yeah, I saw the clock down. So good catch there by the back judge. You know all about being a back judge, right?
Yeah, we in the spring game at Georgia a couple of years ago, you, Molly, and I were all officials on the field. A lot of tutoring from the real SEC officials. I was the back judge. Yep. I think it was very educational experience for all of us.
Grow to appreciate how hard the job is on the field in real time.
Uiagalelei has his man. Collins trying to go off to the races. Darius Rush manages to chase him out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 15.
Well, the first big chunk play. Beautiful route. Gets away at the line of scrimmage against South Carolina, trusting their corners on islands in man-to-man. And Bo Collins did a great job of creating separation off the ball on Darius Rush.
59-yard play, 40 after the catch. They had 13 yards passing for the game prior to that play. Will Shipley, the running back, he went out in motion. Designed run for Uiagalelei again. And that long play, Todd, makes me think, you know, they're almost wide receiver U here now. They kind of go back and forth with Ohio State.
Right.
They've both had 11 receivers drafted in the last decade, most in college football. They don't have a single 100-yard receiving game this year at Clemson. They're one of only 6 teams in the country.
It's a little surprising, very surprising that stat is for real. Now, a lot of that is they've thrown to their tight ends a lot coming into the game. They've combined for 52 catches.
That was Brandon Streeter's explanation. Slant, incomplete. I would also say that this group doesn't have that dynamic, great receiver that Clemson teams of the past have had.
Yeah, and I mean, just the fact that their leading receiver is a true freshman, the guy who came in from high school a year ago, didn't even come in the spring, came in June, and so I think they've got some young guys that'll develop. But you're right, as a group, it's not as dynamic as we've seen.
Especially
in the
that 6'5" now. Bo Collins kind of looks like the T. Higgins and Justin Rosses and others of the past, and Antonio Williams looks like he's going to be a great player. Hard to tell what is going on with Bo Collins, who's grasping at his wrist. Now, bear in mind, he missed the last two at Notre Dame and against Louisville. Against Louisville and Miami after an injury at Notre Dame to his shoulder. That 59-yard catch, the longest of his career for the sophomore from Los Angeles, high school teammate of Uiagalelei. But he's out. That's a big target down in the red zone. So it's Will Shipley, the running back. 3rd down and 6 from the 11. Clemson leading by 2. Uiagalelei has a man wide open. Williams, the touchdown.
Cam Smith, number 9, he thinks he's going to get help. He's in coverage, and then he releases him, thinking there's somebody behind him, but there was no deep defender. And DJ Uiagalelei read the mistake by the South Carolina secondary and got the ball to the guy we were just talking about, the leading receiver, Antonio Williams.
49th catch of the year, leading the team, his 4th touchdown reception. The extra point good by B.T. Potter. And it's back to a 9-point lead for number 8 Clemson. 6:14 to go until halftime.
The AT&T Countdown to the College Football Playoff National Championship. Monday, January 9th on ESPN.
Look at that freshly sliced turkey. At Jersey Mike's, there's some things you just gotta see. Like those lovebirds over there. That's deep eating. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Did you know Google makes a phone? Do you know about its camera? Like the way it fixes blurry photos. Magically erases annoying distractions. And even fixes photos taken with your old phone. Now that you know all that, did you know switching has never been easier? Start fixing with Pixel, the only phone engineered by Google. Switch now and get Google Pixel 7 or Pixel 7 Pro for free.
My mother gave me this ring when I was going through a really hard time in my life. And when she's going through a hard time, she has it.
We pass on this ring because we know we're always there for each other.
It's our sisterhood.
Bold reflections, inspired by your extraordinary love stories. Jared, love brilliantly.
'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house, not a creature was stirring. Except for this mouse. Decorations were hung with meticulous care. That is until I gave this lady a scare. A holiday lesson we all could learn. Protect your home with Allstate, or your wallet could get burned. Carl! And to all a good night.
Whoa! Dude! It's the guy who says that thing.
Let's get ready to crumble!
Your face paint is beautiful. Thanks. My daughter did it.
It took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959. Then we took a hard left in East Africa. A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter. And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge. But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
Every time you order a hot sub from Jersey Mike's, it's grilled fresh. I call it dinner and a show.
Look at that sizzle.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Here's today's Taco Bell Live Más student section. Big part of the home success of the Tigers. Student sections across the country competing to be the Live Más student section of the year all season long. Clemson with an enrollment of just more than 27,000 students. Beautiful campus here in the upstate of South Carolina. B.T. Potter, the touchback.
Well, I want to go back to the touchdown. You've got 3 defenders responsible for these 2, and you can see there's going to be communication problems. They're talking, who is the safety going to help, inside or outside? They're still talking before the ball is snapped. Obviously a mix-up because as Williams goes outside, nobody goes with him, and DJ did a great job of finding the opening. It was a mistake, and DJ capitalized on the mistake.
Marshawn Lloyd back in action this week. Hasn't been able to find any running room yet. Here's Molly.
Well, Sean, earlier in the game, wide receiver Juice Wells went up to Spencer Rattler, pointed to his head and said, "Stay out of your head. We got you." Now, after Rattler's touchdown run, he pointed to his head, gave a thumbs up to Wells and said, "I'm back." So Clemson's Rattle Rattler mantra worked early, but he's getting his confidence back, Sean and Todd.
Scored a couple of touchdowns here in the second quarter. Another nice catch by Nate Atkins. He's short of the first down by about 2 yards. Sheridan Jones nearby.
Again, Atkins, a little do-it-all tight end, can be the kind of the move tight end, the H-back, if you will. Plays on a lot of special teams, and again, his role has gotten bigger and bigger as this season has gone on.
Long yard to go for the first down, or short 2, and they get nothing. Jaheim Bell stuffed. Well, last week against Tennessee, Todd, the coaches told us they had a blanket mentality. And I don't mean blanket like something you put over. It began with an F. We can't use it on national TV. Well, we'll see if they have that same mentality here on 4th and 1. Their own end of the field, it appears they do, throwing caution to the wind.
Well, that inside run that wasn't very encouraging because they got 0 push on this Clemson defensive front and didn't gain an inch on 3rd and 1.
3 running backs behind Rattler. They go to a play action pass. They have a man running wide open. What a play! Juju McDowell dragged down just shy of the goal line. They're going to spot him at the 1.
Great ball fake by Spencer Rattler. Here's McDowell. He's going to release. Watch the ball fake. He hides it. Clemson thinking run all the way. McDowell beats Makuba right away.
Good job by Makuba. They'll probably take a look at the end of the play.
The ruling on the field, the player was short of the goal line.
They're going to check to see if perhaps it was a touchdown. They were 2 for 2 on 4th down against Tennessee. They're 2 for 2 today. First look at the end of the play from the progressive pylon camera. I think they got it right. His knee was down outside the 1. And the ball had not reached the goal line. Well, but what a call. You know, Marcus Satterfield, the offense coordinator, had come under a lot of criticism from Gamecock fans prior to last week for, you know, the sluggish offense. But all of a sudden, the creativity abounds in that we're not going to worry about it mentality. I don't know how to characterize
the blanket.
that.
It's the blanket.
The blanket.
It's the blanket attitude.
Not the blanket. Blank it indeed. Going for it on 4th down and throwing a long pass.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. He's short of the goal line. It's first down at that spot.
65-yard play, the longest completion of Rattler's career.
Well, it's a great call by Marcus Satterfield. And when we talked to Marcus Satterfield, he raved about how much he loves Spencer Rattler and how much faith and trust he has in his quarterback. And you make that call because you believe number 7 is going to make you look good. And he did.
He's gone to the sideline. They'll likely have the carry on Joyner. As Todd mentioned earlier, has been a quarterback. As a matter of fact, he was the starting quarterback in their bowl win against North Carolina, the Duke's Mayo Bowl at the end of last year. He can throw it. He's not just a runner. He takes off running and did not get to the end zone. Stopped at the 1 by R.J. Mickens.
You know, you were talking about Marcus Satterfield and the criticism. Last year in a bowl team, he won games with 4 different starting quarterbacks. I mean, he had to find ways to be creative. He didn't have Spencer Rattler last year. He's only had him 1 year. And this is a team.
Nolan, who was a graduate assistant coach, they activated Luke Doty, Jason Brown, to carry on Joyner. All started games at quarterback last year. Rattler started everyone this year. He's back in. He is throwing a terrible pass. Horrible decision and intercepted by R.J. Mickens. And how big was the play by Makuba to stop McDowell at the 1? There's some pushing and shoving now at the end of the play, and the officials are stepping in. They've been separated.
Well, there is Mickens, and he's reading the quarterback. He has no coverage responsibility, so he just drops underneath the throw. Spencer Rattler thought he had man coverage. His man had beaten the corner, Wiggins, but he did not account for Mickens, who was covering no one. And Mickens is the guy that got underneath the throw. That's 2 times now, both interceptions in the ball game. The Clemson defense has fooled the eyes of Spencer Rattler.
One was returned for a touchdown by Trotter. This one takes a likely touchdown away from South Carolina. And that's really the inconsistency of Spencer Rattler that we've seen throughout his college career. He can't do that.
Yeah, it's a normal play, little play action with tight ends crossing, receivers crossing in the end zone. He just didn't account for the underneath coverage and made a bad decision.
2 interceptions today. Getting a pep talk from the coaches. Marcus Satterfield raves about Rattler, not only as a quarterback, but as a person. Will Shipley ahead for very little. Well, he came into college football with a reputation for being, I don't know, cocky's the right word. Seems appropriate at South Carolina. He was on a reality show when he's 15 or 16 years old. And when we talked to him about it the other day, he said, yeah, I was on a reality show. Probably said and did a lot of things that a 15 or 16-year-old would do. But he is a very impressive young man. We've met with him several times.
Well, and all you have to do is talk to coaches and teammates, and they all love him, you know, and want to play with him and for him.
People watching today watch that. That's not who he is. Here's Shipley, a couple of nifty moves. And he's out to the 33 with a first down. 2.5 minutes to go. All 3 timeouts for each side.
Again, South Carolina doing a pretty good job against the run, but Shipley, that ability to break tackles and run with power. 148 yards rushing in the first half for Clemson, but again, South Carolina is daring Clemson to throw. They're playing man coverage on the outside and loading the box to stop the run.
Play fake to Shipley. Dewey-Ungalale deep again for Williams, and he caught it. No, he didn't. The back judge comes running in, said he did not complete the catch. Would have been inside the 30-yard line. Cam Smith had the coverage.
Well, Cam Smith was beaten, but he was able to recover, and like good cornerbacks do, they get their hands in there and knock the ball out.
They never really got it all the way into his possession.
Nope.
Smith, the number 4 cornerback, according to Todd McShay, in the next draft, and Todd thinks he'll be a mid to late round, a first round pick. Dewey-Ungalale across the 40. He got 8.5. Gilbert Edmond, the stop. And they're not going to use a timeout here. The Clemson sideline just telling the offense to line up quickly.
Well, Clemson prides themselves in how they play at the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half. Remember, they'll get the ball to start the third quarter because South Carolina won the toss and took the opening kickoff. Big opportunity for Clemson to take control of the game here.
Shipley got spun around, but still got the first down. The clock will stop for a moment to move the chains with 1:26 to go. That interception in the end zone really feels like it has changed the complexion of this game.
Yeah, not only is it points taken away, but now Clemson with a chance before the half to really extend their lead.
Uiagalelei into a crowd. Brenningstool to catch the tight end. Short gain. And Dabo Swinney will use his first timeout with 1:12 to go.
Timeout.
That was DQ Smith, a true freshman.
Timeout the half. 30 seconds.
Who started most of the year at safety alongside fellow true freshman Nick Eamon-Worry. Here's Kevin Nagandi.
This has been a wild one. And the back and forth emotional swings, of course, Spencer Rattler.
And the inconsistency of Spencer Rattler. Played so well this week. All of a sudden, 2 interceptions this week. He's got to be better.
Yeah, you get the good and the bad. There's some spectacularly good, spectacularly bad plays. Clemson, though, has settled down, doing what DJ does well, let him run the ball some, and then play action pass down the field.
You know what's good right now? Michigan's passing attack. Cornelius Johnson, 2 big touchdowns. The Wolverines leading the Buckeyes. Highlights coming your way, Sean.
All right, Kevin, huge weekend of college football. Our broadcast brought to you by the great people at Arby's. 2nd and 7, Clemson. Quarterback draw. Oh, boy, he got chopped down in the open field by Debo Williams.
Well, that's the best way to go for DJ is for his legs, because he'll make you miss if you're focusing on his hips or his shoulders. Take those legs out and down he goes.
3rd and 3. They're not quite in field goal range. Back shoulder throw up for grabs. Intended for Brandon Spector, and it was Marcellus Dial in coverage. Coach Beamer says the strength of the team is the cornerbacks.
This ball came out of his hand funny. It almost looked like it got deflected, but it didn't. It fluttered out of his hands, and unusual. Not used to seeing DJ throw a pass like that.
The offense still on the field, Todd. 39 seconds to go in the half. 4th and 3. Would you go for it if you were Dabo?
No, I would not. I'd punt here. He might be, 4th and 3. If you get it off sides, you might be able to draw him off with a long count, switch your formations, put a guy in motion. Hard count.
They do snap it. And it's a quick kick by Uiagalelei. And he booted it a long way into the end zone for a 48-yard punt.
When I was talking to Pete Lembo on the field before the game, he says, I wouldn't be surprised if Dabo's got a few special teams wrinkles just to kind of send a message to us. That's the second one we've seen. We saw the kickoff return that went awry, and a quick kick that time by DJ Uiagalelei.
When I was at Syracuse working for the late, great college football Hall of Famer Dick McPherson, he loved the quick kick. Loved it. I don't think any coach ever used it more, and he used it very effectively. I believe Darrell Johnston was a great practitioner.
Really?
In the running back position. So you would think Carolina would be careful. Do they have that blank it mentality going here with 33 seconds and all their timeouts? Rattler comes out firing into a crowd again and incomplete. It was intended for Jaheim Bell. KJ Henry put some pressure on. Sheridan Jones had the primary coverage. Shane Beamer just kind of threw up his hands to say, yep, that might be the last aggressive approach we take.
Yeah, I mean, because the pressure was there, and right now Clemson's not going to rush a lot of guys, but KJ Henry was able there and get a big hit on his quarterback.
Just on that gesture, they spread the field. Wouldn't be surprised for an inside handoff here, and it is Marshawn Lloyd. Now the question is, does Dabo Swinney use a timeout, try to force another punt? Doesn't appear that he will. Content with a 9-point lead and getting the ball first in the second half. They've won 68 in a row. Went ahead at the half. Matter of fact, their last loss when leading at the half was their last home loss to Pittsburgh in November the 12th of 2016. Shane Beamer's team down by 9. It could have been so much closer, Molly.
Coach, your quarterback Spencer Rattler with 2 crucial interceptions. What did you say to him walking off the field?
Just if we're going to win this game, we're going to win this game because of him. He played his butt off last week, and he can again this week. 2 critical turnovers that just gifted them points, and can't do it. I mean, that first quarter was ugly, but we kept battling. We're in the game, and we're gonna win the game because of him in the second half.
Will you continue that attack mentality in the second half?
Yeah, we have to. I mean, I think their guys are having a hard time covering us a little bit, but we got to find a way to run the ball. I mean, we got 20 yards rushing. It's hard. Tough sledding on these guys, but we're making it harder on ourselves right now.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Sean.
The good news for Shane, they threw for 207, the 2 critical interceptions. We'll send you to the studio for the Capital One halftime report after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Sure, you can get data everywhere, but do you have to use it everywhere? All the time? That's not really you. With TracFone, you get great coverage on the most reliable 5G network in America. But you pick the plan that you need. Unlimited talk and text plans now start at $15 a month, no contract. And if you have data, it'll always carry over. And now you can get the Nokia C100 for just $39.99. TracFone.
At the Home Depot, we have the tools to make holiday magic, especially when it comes to getting the perfect gift. For all those project-doing, technology-loving, holiday hosting, tool organizing, woodshop working people in your life. And gifts for everyone else in between. Get Black Friday savings all through November at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
You hear a lot about me these days, but here at the University of South Carolina, it's all about the we. The curious we, the compassionate we, the lend a hand, bend an ear we. The Rhodes Scholar winning, 80,000 head spinning, united, unstoppable, undeniable we. Because when you stand for something bigger than yourself, you can create something that benefits all. Behold, the remarkable we.
Beauty and the Beast.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright. So, this Black Friday, choose a vehicle in stock or simply place a custom order. Lock in your rate and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in. Plus, thousands of vehicles are arriving daily, just in time for the holidays. Now, get a 2023 Ford Explorer or Bronco Sport and lock in 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus $500 bonus cash, only at your upstate Ford dealers.
Get your hour-by-hour weather forecast, mornings on News 10 ABC.
Welcome to the Capital One Halftime Report.
DJ Uyunglele to Antonio Williams, a touchdown for Clemson. Really, though, a shout-out to Andrew Makuba, the safety who made that stop at the 1-yard line. Eventually, Clemson get the defense with the ING.
It's amazing how effort always pays off.
Right?
Just the effort.
Clemson up 23-14 so far at the break. Meanwhile, the clean, old-fashioned hate. Number 1, Georgia taking on Georgia Tech. Dogs favored by 36.5. But the opening drive former Clemson quarterback, Taysun Pumachan, keeping it 7 yards.
And you don't see that out of the Georgia defense, not setting an edge, a little bit of confusion with their fit on the outside. He's able to get to the edge and score.
First quarter touchdown allowed by the Georgia defense all season. Then it's Marcus Rosemead Jackson for 5 yards. But right now, that game's only 10-7. That's a surprise.
Well, it's a surprise, but you got to remember, it's a rivalry game. Maybe Georgia's looking ahead to the SEC championship game against LSU. Either way, Georgia Tech's playing well.
All right, we talk about rivalries. None better in the sport than Michigan, Ohio State. 2 versus 3 at the shoe. A lot on the line when we're talking playoff here. Opening drive for the Buckeyes, 3rd and 1. And the environment, it was bubbling. And then flip the top here. C.J. Stroud and Marvin Harrison Jr. Look at the adjustment here, Dan.
Yeah, great job. Man coverage gives him a chance. The corner's on top. Back shoulder fade.
And then Emeka Egbuka, touchdown.
Michigan playing man-to-man. You can't allow Egbuka inside. He does. Easy touchdown.
Blake Corum, just 2 carries, 6 yards. Of course, because of the knee, dealing with that. So you got to go to the passing game. What do you see from J.J. McCarthy to Cornelius Johnson?
Well, he does a great job. Ohio State brings a max blitz, so it's 0 coverage. 1-on-1 across the board. Makes the throw, but the DB misses the tackle. Touchdown, Cornelius Johnson.
69 yards. And then, once again, a major breakdown in the secondary. Johnson open 75 yards.
Love the play call. They get their receiver matchup on the safety Kev. That is easy pickings. Double move there.
2 longest passes allowed by Ohio State all year. And right now, Michigan up. But here comes Harrison Jr. again.
Yeah, and Michigan brought the safety from so deep. But again, 0 coverage. Corners are on an island. 1-on-1. And Harrison Jr. and C.J. Stroud made him pay.
Buckeyes up by 3 right now. Closing minute of the first half. Rutgers and Maryland. Taulia Tagovailoa to Jayshon Jones. Talia's one of those guys, he is the barometer of this Maryland offense.
Love Taulia. Very subtle movement, rolling to the right to buy himself some time. Nice little throw there. Kevin, look at that.
It's the season.
Yeah.
He's out of bounds, but it looks good, though.
Sure does. A nice little balance. I can appreciate that. No score change. Tagovailoa then to Roman Hemby for the touchdown, so Maryland up 7-0.
Yeah, the power run game, you get down and you got to be physical inside the red zone when they get in tight, and Maryland's been able to do that twice.
Hemby again, but Tagovailoa left the game limping in the first half. We will see if he comes back out. Big 12, Oklahoma State hosting West Virginia. Garrett Green. Okay, so what are we going to see from this offense? Well, first off, the defense got to make a stop, and there goes Green.
I love the play call. Spread the defense out, quarterback draw up the middle. One of the most underrated play calls, the quarterback draw.
Okay, I mentioned the defense. Cowboys, can you step up against Green? They do right there. There's the pick.
Yeah, just overthrew them. The weather's not great. Bad weather day, overthrown. You expect this to be high scoring, but I think the weather's keeping it a little bit lower.
10-7 right now, Oklahoma State over on ESPN2. We've got a Heisman frontrunner, Caleb Williams. How about Notre Dame? Can they stop him tonight in prime time? We'll take a closer look.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, like 2 times miles on every purchase.
The noise canceling. You're being too loud. Thank you. Good choice. Ooh, my lucky number.
Earn 5 times miles on flights.
Enjoy your stay.
Going up?
And 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel. Plus, get access to over 1,300 airport lounges.
White wine, please.
And maybe see the one and only Taylor Swift. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Here is CVS Health.
Here, we'll never be told our concerns are all in our head.
Here, we don't think we should pay more than men for the same thing.
Or pay taxes for period products.
Here, we can ask tough questions, day or night.
And here, we're actually heard.
And because of that, we can focus on getting healthier together.
Together.
Together. Together.
Here, healthier happens together. CVS Health.
So where were we?
The playoff.
Only a handful of teams remained, hailing from kingdoms far and wide across the college football land, all vying for a spot in the playoff. Soon, they would take part in an epic playoff battle for the right to call themselves national champions.
Then what happened?
We'll find out soon.
This is the Capital One Halftime Report.
Well, Dan, Kevin, back with you. Let's take a look at today's Capital One fan vote. In the last 5 games, Caleb Williams has been making his Heisman case, averaging over 400 yards of offense on his own. But Notre Dame's defense, stingy as well, recently holding opposing quarterbacks to the second lowest QBR in that span. Don't forget to go to twitter.com/ESPNCFB later tonight to vote. When we talk about Williams, though, Caesars likes him right now. He is the Heisman frontrunner, and the way things are in this offense, what stands out, Dan, with Lincoln Riley and Williams?
Well, I think it's the touchdown to interception ratio. It's not just that he's putting up big yards, putting up big numbers, throwing touchdowns. He's also taking care of the football, not making mistakes, and they capitalize on that at USC.
Yeah, and that Notre Dame defense is going to have to be up to the task. They're going to have to be physical, but as quiet as it's kept, Lincoln Riley wants to run the football, establish the run, and then he unleashes Caleb Williams. So this defense is going to have their hands full, but they better stop the run first and foremost.
You expect, Boog, this is going to be a game that's going to be high scoring. What do you want to see from Notre Dame's offense to kind of keep up?
Well, Drew Pine is going to have to make some plays down the field. Ideally, Notre Dame wants to run the football with Diggs and Espn, but that's going up against the best part of the USC defense. You got to take advantage of SC's pass defense. How do you do that? Drew Pine's got to make some plays down the field.
He has to. And to Michael Mayer, they got to get that combination. Yes. But that works when they're running the ball, and the run is going to set up the play-action pass to the big tight end. They don't have dynamic receivers, but off of play-action, they can get Michael Mayer matched up on linebackers and safeties and let him use his size.
And Kev, if you ever wondered what I would look like if I was 6'5" and a little lighter, I would be Michael Mayer. No, seriously. Kev,
you got the ball skill.
Think about it.
Seriously.
At 6'1", 280, if I was 6'5", I would look like Michael Mayer. That's the athleticism.
You may look like him. You can't run like him. We know that.
Not now, but I mean, maybe back then I could.
All right, let's see your hands. Considering the one finger going out that way,
I'd be a dominant right-hand catcher.
It's the other hand that we want to see.
Exactly.
By the way, Mayer, when you take a look, yards after catch is the difference.
Yes.
337 yards after catch. He's such a big load. You mentioned at 6'5" here. He could be trouble when you get the right matchup for USC.
Well, I think this game is going to be all about matchups between Mayer and Addison. Yeah. When they get one-on-one situations, which team and which quarterback can get their playmakers the ball in those situations.
And they're going to move them around. Don't expect to see them lining up at the same position. Yep. Michael Mayer's going to play tight end, wing, wide receiver. Same with Jordan Addison. They're going to move him to the receiver spot where they feel the best matchup.
This is no doubt a playoff-type atmosphere we're going to see, and they're all playing for. But what are they going to play for here? I want you to take a guess because it's your favorite game here.
What is this?
What exactly do you think that is?
It's old.
Well, we've got that out of the way,
is that like the old clover leaf or something?
It's the shillelagh. It's the shillelagh, the jeweled shillelagh.
I mean, I was close.
Yeah, it is from Ireland.
Yes.
And it came in the 50s here with this rivalry. That's what they're playing for.
Dan is the only one of us that was born then. I wasn't.
Your definitions have been on target. It's old.
It'll be old.
We'll see this game primetime on ABC as we take a look at Saturday's slate. What other games stand out in your mind here, Boog?
Well, I mean, LSU's on the precipice of being in the playoffs if they get some help at A&M. A&M's got nothing to play for. Can Coach Brian Kelly get his team ready to play?
Are you feeling okay about that game? Because this is one of those games, you're favored by 10.
I'm not. I never feel okay when we play, Kev.
Oregon State, with Oregon a chance to get into that championship game, always a great game.
Always circle the Iron Bowl as well. We've got news potentially surrounding the Auburn head coach opening coming up after this.
This halftime report is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
I'm Jimmy Dean, and that sunrise something. I honestly feel that way about Jimmy Dean sausage. Get yourself a large chunk of that good morning feeling.
Oh, that smells good.
Name?
Special Agent Will Trent. I rescued a dog. I'm just dropping her off.
Just dropping her?
Like a sack of old clothes.
doing here? Murdered teenage girl. I just need you to read the crime scene. I told him I'd bring my best.
Yes, ma'am. Something's not right. Somebody was carried out of the house without an Amber Alert. There's a kidnapping.
Always with the three-piece suit, like every day's your wedding day.
On my funeral.
Why Will Trent, of all people?
He's good police, and he's objectively hot.
Plus, I have a good memory.
You may be in more trouble than you think.
Put down the gun. Get in there!
I gotta find this kid.
This halftime report is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Don't adjust your set. Look at this score. Liberty 8-3 over on ESPN Plus, down 28-7 in the second half against New Mexico State.
Well, I mean, it's tough to kind of play in that situation, Kev. When reports come out that your head coach is probably leaving after the game.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Auburn has been in discussions with Liberty's Hugh Freeze for weeks about him becoming the school's next football coach, according to Pete Thamel. Sources saying the Tigers not expected to make an announcement until after the Iron Bowl later on today. But all week long,
we're talking about Jimmy Sexton's got that deal done.
Yeah, Jimmy Sexton, an agent,
when they're looking at that score right now.
Lane Kiffin also was rumored, the Ole Miss coach, but now he's getting an extension, according to Chris Lowe, to stay at Ole Miss for 8 years around the $9 million per. When you talk about Hugh Freeze, he can win games. We know that. There's a lot of other things and the reason why he's not in the SEC and maybe coming back.
Well, when you look at those other things, here's the first thing that comes to mind. Time heals all wounds. Because there was a point a few years ago, I don't think this hire or potential hire could have been made. With all that being said, I think his propensity to beat Alabama and the success he's had at Ole Miss is the reason he potentially could get this job.
That's what it is. They look at it, the Auburn fan base. Hey, he's been in the league. He understands the league. That was a big problem with Brian Harsin. And he's beaten Nick Saban and Alabama.
Right?
And that makes Auburn people happy.
39-25 at Ole Miss during that run, of course. And then he had to do that rehab and go back to Liberty.
No, Spencer, no!
R.J. Mickens, the pick. Spencer Rather. What are you doing? Clemson getting the ball after this.
Seconds on the clock, gonna show them what we got to offer. If you want, you can make it to the top, gotta focus on the goal. The winner takes all, pass the ball, reach for the stars, no stopping us. Winner takes all, the winner takes all.
Dance into the holiday season
with a little Disney magic.
With special performances by Run DMC, Meghan Trainor, Black Eyed Peas, Neo, and more.
Let's go!
Disney's magical holiday celebration, Sunday on ABC. The Great Christmas Light Bite returns for its sweetest season yet.
We have 5,000 marshmallows in here.
You'll be begging for some more.
Get out of here! This is crazy!
The Great Christmas Light Bite, Monday on ABC.
At the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event, you can make maintenance cost worries so last year. Hurry in to lease a new 2023 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright. So, this Black Friday, choose a vehicle in stock or simply place a custom order. Lock in your rate and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in. Plus, thousands of vehicles are arriving daily, just in time for the holidays. Now, get a 2023 Ford F-150 truck and lock in 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus $500 bonus cash, only at your upstate Ford dealers.
The story of a kinesiotherapist who rehabbed his golf game.
I love golf. I have always played golf.
Until he started having some mulligan-level foot pain.
Well, the golf game starts down at the feet, and if you don't have good support, you probably won't have a good golf swing.
So he got fitted for Good Feet arch supports.
It made a world of difference.
Any advice for your fellow Lynxmen?
2 words, the Good Feet store. How many words is that?
Try them for yourself with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
At the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event, you can make maintenance cost worries so last year. Hurry in to to lease a new 2023 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
Wake up with Stephanie Rivas and Jill Swed every weekday at 9 a.m.
Time to celebrate us.
As Native people, every month is Native American month.
As a young person, I didn't see Indigenous representation in the media.
For me, this story is deeply personal. It's about my community.
To be able to share this story, it's just the greatest gift.
You really start to see how diverse our cultures are, and the world gets to see how awesome Native people are.
Yep. Celebrate Native American heritage this month and all year long.
This is the ACC on ESPN, and we welcome you back to college football on ABC, presented by Arby's. The Palmetto Bowl, battle for the state championship in South Carolina. Clemson trying to win it for the 8th straight meeting, leading South Carolina 23-14. Todd Blackledge, up and down first half, to say the least, for Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, I mean, the good has been good, the bad has been really bad. This was the first touchdown that Clemson scored. Interception thrown right to Jeremiah Trotter. Then he came back, settled down, made a beautiful throw to the back of the end zone, kept it himself versus the pressure, got in the end zone, and then when they had a chance to score again, deep in Clemson territory, a poor decision throwing into coverage. That was after the long gain on 4th down that was stopped on the 1, and South Carolina came away with no points in that possession. Really costly in that first half.
A huge development. It looked like it would be a 2-point game at the half. Instead, South Carolina still down by 9 and kicking off with Mitch Jeter about to kick it away to Will Shipley with 99 rushing yards in the first half. Most by a Clemson player in a first half since Travis Etienne had 109 against Wake Forest in 2019. No chance for a return there for Shipley. A touchback for Jeter. Sean McDonough and Todd Blackledge delighted.
First half, did not throw it very often, had one explosive play in the pass game. They'll have opportunities in the second half to throw the ball down the field if they want it.
Uyunglele, 5 out of 13 passing for 86 yards, hands it off to Shipley, who got driven back, a loss of a half yard on the play. Here's Molly McGrath.
Well, head coach Dabo Swinney was mostly disappointed at the half. He said, to win in this second half, we have to take care of the balls and take advantage of our scoring opportunities. He said we didn't do that in the first half. We're really fortunate for those 2 takeaways. Those are why we have that 9-point lead. And he told the team, settle in, do your job. The mistakes, most of all, have been really disappointing. So he was a little down on his team at the half, guys.
They've been virtually unbeatable when leading at the half. Uyunglele throws it to an empty flat. Well, not only the 68 wins in a row when leading at the half, but 105 of the last 107 times they've led at the half, they've won.
They confused DJ on that play. When you talk about changing the picture on a quarterback, that's what South Carolina did that time. And DJ looked confused and not sure where to go with the football and just threw it away.
Clemson 5 out of 9 on 3rd down. Some twisting up front for South Carolina. Long throw, incomplete. Single coverage for Marcellus Dial on E.J. Williams. And it'll be a 3 and out for Clemson in just 49 seconds.
Leighton White told us about Marcellus Dial, said he's really a good cover guy. Where he's really wanted to improve is on the 50-50 balls, not just covering, but making plays. And that's what he did right here. He made a play on the football and forced the incompletion on 3rd and long. It's one thing to be in position. It's another thing to make a play on the football, and Dial did it there.
Aiden Swanson had a key play in the first half. His 44-yard punt that got down to the 2 led to a safety from the Clemson defense. Bad punt there, caught on the bounce and on the run. Marion Brown out of bounds. Another outstanding punt return for South Carolina.
Really good punt return and a great decision by Brown on the low punt. Catch it on the first bounce. Jalen Brooks almost got into a backwards block or a behind the back block. Avoided it. Brown gets it upfield and great field position after the 3 and out by the defense. South Carolina with the football in Clemson territory.
38-yard punt, but a 37-yard return. It's Beamer ball 2.0 in Columbia, where Shane's dad, the legendary Hall of Famer Frank Beamer, known for his special teams when he was at Virginia Tech. He's here in the crowd today. And the apple does not fall far from the tree. These special teams outstanding at South Carolina. They open with the Wildcat, and it's Jaheim Bell, the ball carrier. Now some woofing at the end of the play, but a quality gain on first down. Trenton Simpson involved with Bell at the end of the play.
Well, this is always a physical play. That's not really a stiff arm. That's more of a hit to the head by Jaheim Bell. Trying to assert their physicality here early.
Out wide, and the play dropped for a loss. Samarian Brown taken down by Wiggins back at the 20-yard line.
What a quick read by Wiggins. He's the guy, I think of all the defensive backs, Wiggins is the guy who has reacted quicker. A poor effort on the block by Jalen Brooks, but it was a quick read by Wiggins that made the play. He surprised Brooks and made the play behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 4. South Carolina just 1 out of 6 after an 8 for 11 against Tennessee.
But this is good, manageable distance. Wouldn't be surprised if this is potentially 4-down territory.
Here's a blitz. And a wide open Atkins racing toward the pylon and lunging for it. And they're going to mark him out of bounds near the 2-yard line.
Mentioned that this guy can do a little bit of everything. He's the move tight end. This time he's in the backfield. They're going to fake it to him, and he's just going to slip out, and Clemson loses track of him. He slides out into the flat. There's nobody there to cover him. And a nice call by Marcus Satterfield on 3rd and 4 to get the ball to his tight end, Atkins. Nice look.
They got down to the 1 late in the half and turned it over. They're at the 2, 1st and goal. Jaheim Bell to the goal line. Touchdown!
You know what I like? They kept Rattler in. They didn't try to get tricky with the Wildcat quarterback. They went to a power run with Jaheim Bell, and they got the ball in the end zone. It's just inside zone. They got tight ends to the right, and they're just getting a good push this way. They give it to the big back. Marcus Satterfield said Jaheim Bell as a running back reminds him of a mid-'80s SEC running back. He's big, he's physical, he's downhill.
Yeah, 6'3", 232. Junior from Lake City, Florida.
What a way to come out of the locker room for South Carolina. They get a 3 and out from their defense. They get a great play by their special teams on the punt return, and their offense runs the ball into the end zone on their first possession.
Here's Jeter to make it a 2-point game again, and he does. The proud Papa enjoying the start to this half.
Well, the key play was 3rd down and 4. Atkins slipped out of the backfield. A nifty play call. Well executed. That set up the run by Jaheim Bell. And we've got a 2-point ball game here in Clemson.
If you already know that a blend of tender, marbled Wagyu beef makes the best burger, good for you. Arby's Wagyu Steakhouse Burger is back. You beef genius? Arby's, we have the meats.
More truck owners are switching to Ram, which means more people behind the grill are switching to Ram.
Can you flip that?
And more people behind the grill. More first leg of the road trips. More second brats before 10 a.m. More third time's a charm. And more uncles who take Thanksgiving football games too seriously are switching to Ram.
Good game.
I'll remember that chapter of my life forever. We laughed. We cried. We protected that Progressive home and auto bundle day and night. We were, all of us, dazzling. Like knights sworn to protect our kingdom. We knew it wouldn't last forever, but that's what made it special.
I know we'll be back tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but it'll never be today again.
Just get on the bus, Lord.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Hurry to get Black Friday deals now at Target. This week, save on the hottest gifts to get ahead this holiday. Event ends Saturday. Get low prices and great deals so you can holiday your way. Only at Target.
The newest thing from Pizza Hut isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99.
Do you hear what I hear? It's CMA Country Christmas. Gather the family as country music's biggest stars perform your favorite holiday songs.
Merry Christmas!
Carly Pierce hosts CMA Country Christmas, Thursday, December 8th on ABC.
I would very much like to have a baby with Leah. Get ready to make one. We are going to make a baby.
Sextuplet births are incredibly rare.
Each of your babies gets their own dedicated team of doctors.
They will all need a lot of care, attention, and time in our NICU.
She's more than likely too weak and too sick to survive.
We'll pray for a miracle.
Sending good vibes into the universe so good things come back.
The Good Doctor, new Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
This season, All-State is celebrating every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, All-State. Mitch Jeter to kick off. South Carolina trailed 14-0 after the first quarter. They've battled back within 2 again now. And that'll be another touchback.
Well, for Clemson, it's been their running attack. They wanted to run, and it's been mostly DJ Uiagalelei and Will Shipley. This was early in the game, their first possession, a nice quarterback run to start the game. And then DJ lead blocking for Shipley, who is 1 yard shy of another 100-yard game early here in the third quarter. They've only had one big pass play, but the running game and a couple new wrinkles have been good. South Carolina, again, trying to sell out to stop the run and play coverage with their corners, but Clemson still having success.
3 and out on their first possession of this second half. It's been a stagnant offense for much of the day. Defense has scored a touchdown and had a safety. Last 6 Clemson possessions, 4 punts. They fumbled a kickoff return.
I really think Clemson and Brandon Streeter need to throw a little bit more on early downs, on first down. South Carolina expecting run on first down, doing a pretty good job on the early downs.
Uiagalelei banged down by the hard-hitting freshman, Nick Eamon-Warry.
He took a shot on his hip on that play. Eamon-Warry is a physical safety at 6'4", 218 pounds. And he came right into the side of DJ. DJ didn't see him coming. He got a nice shot on him.
Eamon-Warry, 54 solo tackles coming into today. Most in the SEC, most among FBS freshmen. Still huddling, and they're going to go quickly over the ball now with the play clock down to 6. 3rd down and 1. Uiagalelei had to reach for the snap, still able to get it to Shipley. And he dragged a couple of tacklers out to the 44-yard line for a first down.
Great patience by Shipley. Watch him just kind of get low and stay right behind his pulling guard, Mitchell Mays, protecting the football. See that? Both arms on the football, knows he's got the first down. The heart and soul of this offense. He really is.
112 yards rushing down, just 12 carries. fifth 100-yard rushing game of this season. A sophomore from Weddington, North Carolina, near Charlotte. Deep drop. Uiagalelei into coverage and broken up by his receiver. It was Marcellus Dial who had the best chance for it. It was intended for the freshman Adam Randall.
Yeah, this is a poorly underthrown ball by DJ Uiagalelei. I mean, it's well short. And if it wasn't for a great effort by Randall, that's an interception because Dial's in perfect position on the underthrown pass, and Randall's able to just get a hand in there and knock it away.
DJ off the hands of his receiver, Spector, and up in the air dangerously. Brandon Spector couldn't take it in, and that is 5 straight incomplete passes now for DJ Uiagalelei, who was 5 for 17 for 86 yards and a touchdown.
And it appears that he's going to have to do the rest of the second half without Bo Collins, who did not come back out at halftime. Went out with a hand or arm injury, and never know.
Cade Klubnik is the backup. Dabo Swinney said yesterday, we're 10-1. DJ's played very well in 9 of the 11 games. He was awful against Syracuse, in the words of the coach, and bad against Notre Dame like the rest of the team. He's under duress and fires incomplete. Intended for Williams. It was Brad Johnson, the blitzing linebacker, who forced DJ to throw it on the move.
Yeah, this South Carolina team does not blitz very often, but you see they bring both inside linebackers. DJ almost gets a completion just trying to get rid of the football. But it was a good rush by Brad Johnson and a timely blitz call by Clayton White to get after the quarterback.
Here's Swanson. Hangs it high in the air, tumbling end over end kick. Marion Brown let it bounce. Josh Vann, usually their punt returner, but he left the game with a leg injury, is no longer in uniform. You can kick off your Week 12 NFL Sunday, 10 a.m. tomorrow with the Countdown crew on ESPN and the app. Early breaking stories, injury updates, previews of each game, and then Monday Night Football caps the NFL week, 8 p.m. Eastern Time with the Steelers and the Colts. Steelers are 18-3 on Monday Night Football under Mike Tomlin. Having a rough year. Well, here's South Carolina on offense after a 40-yard punt. Marshawn Lloyd still nothing doing for their leading rusher.
What a great play by Peyton Page, number 55. One of those reserve defensive linemen just got penetration and forced Lloyd to kind of dance behind the line of scrimmage. They just keep churning them out. I mean, NFL prospect after NFL prospect. Peyton Page, one of those youngsters waiting his turn.
Coordinated by Wes Goodwin. In his first year as a coordinator, as an off-the-field analyst for the last few years. Marshawn Lloyd, 6 carries for 0 yards now. Rattler takes the check down to Lloyd. Trying to find some open running room, and he can't. Dragged down by Wade Woodaz, backup linebacker, true freshman out of Jesuit in Tampa.
Well, once again, a 3rd and long for South Carolina. They're 2 of 7 on 3rd downs, and most of them have been 9-10 yards needed. They've been pretty good on 4th down, but not very good on 3rd down. 3rd and long, the quarterback normally has to hold the ball a little bit longer for routes to develop. And that invites this Clemson pass rush.
Wes Goodwin brought pressure. Woodaz got there and had help as well. KJ Henry finished him off.
Because there was a bunch set that was close to the line of scrimmage, Woodaz is able to kind of hide right here. And he's in pressure. The back doesn't see him quick enough, is not able to get over there and help. And it's a timely blitz, this time by the Clemson defense. KJ
Their
Henry
second sack. 34th of the year. They need 6 more to reach 40 for the 9th straight season. The only team that's reached 40 in each of the previous 8. Midway through the third quarter, a 2-point lead for number 8, Clemson.
If you thought one napkin for the quarter pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
On an angsty Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Whoa, Dr. Pepper, zero sugar?
Yeah, stole it from my parents.
Oh, you think you're too cool to drink regular Dr. Pepper?
Derek.
I bet you think it tastes good, huh?
Yeah.
Think I'll be the judge of that? It's delicious. I told you. What's wrong about you, bro?
It's okay.
I think I was projecting my insecurities on your soda.
Derek, you're oversharing.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Wow, what a hit. And if you have cut-rate car insurance, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
Did you know Google makes a phone? Do you know about its camera? Like the way it fixes blurry photos. Magically erases annoying distractions. And even fixes photos taken with your old phone. Now that you know all that, did you know switching has never been easier? Start fixing with Pixel, the only phone engineered by Google. Switch now and get Google Pixel 7 or Pixel 7 Pro for free.
Taco Bell went a bit crazy with its breakfast. It was too much. What you need in the morning is tasty, simple food. Fluffy eggs, sausage, hash browns, and a warm tortilla. They should open a restaurant that only serves those breakfast crunch things.
You riffing, or is this part of the commercial?
More truck owners are switching to Ram, which means more people behind the grill are switching to Ram.
Can you flip that?
And more people behind the grill. More first leg of the road trips. And more uncles who take Thanksgiving football games too seriously are switching to Ram.
During the Black Friday sales event, get 0% financing, plus $3,250 total bonus cash, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on select 2022 Ram 1500 models in dealer stock.
When you're built for tailgating, you're built for winning. Winning at parking. Winning at technology. Winning at comfort. Winning at winning.
Back here at Clemson, where quarterback DJ Uiagalelei dealing with a lower body on the right side of his body injury. South Carolina defender Nicky Manwari tackled DJ, came down on his right hip. The entire time on the sideline, he was stretching, testing the mobility of his right leg, and grimacing in discomfort. He told athletic training staff, "I'm fine, but he's definitely dealing with some pain, guys."
He's been on that bike for a while, trying to get loose. Kai Kroger to punt out of his own end zone. 4th and 17 for South Carolina. Their own 10-yard line. Antonio Williams back deep, standing at his own 43. Looking into the sun. Another rocket by Kroger. Sent Williams all the way back to the 30. Antonio Williams dragged down as he crossed midfield. Javon Kenyon, another special teams tackle. 59-yard punt, 21-yard return.
Well, again, if DJ's feeling okay, I think Brandon Streeter in this possession, maybe even this play, needs to let him crank one down the field off of play action. Now, he doesn't have Bo Collins, but he does have Antonio Williams as a big play guy down the field. They've run the ball well, but they need some more chunk plays, and they're in great field position to try one right here.
All kinds of faking, and then a wobbler. Don't know if he was hit or if the ball was tipped, but he was under pressure from the blitzing linebacker Debo Williams.
Yeah, they had two receivers out here, but he didn't have time to set his feet and make a good throw to either one because of the quick pressure. Nobody accounted for Debo Williams. The last couple possessions, we've seen some linebacker pressures from South Carolina's defense.
Here's Maffa, untouched as he goes for 15 and more. Phil Maffa gives Clemson a first down with an 18-yard play.
Well, watch the block by Shipley. He's an unselfish back. He's going to lead for Maffa on this one. Gets the key block right there on the middle linebacker, Sherrod Green. And Maffa gets a 15-yard run.
It's reminiscent of last year when they didn't throw for much against South Carolina, but they've run the ball effectively. Over 200 yards now as a team, 201 rushing. Uyunglele faked the run. Out wide for Shipley. Breaks one tackle from Eamon Worry. And he gets slammed down with a good gain. Looks like they might have another first down. O'Donnell Fortune made the stop for South Carolina. It is a first down.
A little misdirection stuff on this possession for Clemson. Get the defense going one way, come back the other way. There's Bo Collins in street clothes. They got him back after a shoulder injury in the Notre Dame game. Just got him back today. They were excited to get him back. And
Kobe Pace, the running back. He gets the call. And breaking a couple of tackles, and he got taken down by Sherrod Green. Last year in the meeting in Columbia, DJ Uyunglele threw for only 99 yards. That was his season low. He went 9 for 19, threw an interception. But Clemson piled up the rushing yards in a 30-0 win. Similar scenario here today.
Yep, 265 yards. They averaged over 6 yards a carry last year as well.
Kobe Pace remains the running back. They stick with the running game. And he's tripped up short of the first down at the 11.
Kobe Pace had a 34-yard touchdown against South Carolina last year in Columbia. Done a little bit more with Shipley and Maffa this season, but
they have a nice trio of running backs. All three of them, Shipley, Pace, and Maffa, talented.
Now this is where you have, with DJ and his ability to run, you have so many options with him and Shipley on 3rd and short.
There's some confusion on the Clemson sideline, and they're glad they ran the play because it's a touchdown. Will Shipley scored. Dabo Swinney was running down the sideline looking like he might call a timeout. There was a lot of commotion on his side right before the snap, but it's an 11-yard touchdown for Will Shipley.
What a beautiful play by Will Putnam. Watch the center come off with the guard here and then come off on the second level on the linebacker. Starts out with the guard, goes to the second level on the linebacker, and that's all Shipley needed. And again, when he sees the goal line and smells the end zone, he's going to score.
E.T. Potter, the extra point. And the lead goes back to 9, a 2-score game. Shipley with 123 yards rushing, averaging 9.5 per tote, and now he has a touchdown to go with it.
Hello. I saw you move in, and I wanted to welcome you to the neighbourhood with some homemade biscuits.
Oh, that's so nice.
And a little tip, Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Oh.
Cookies?
Biscuits.
Is there a little nutmeg in there?
Oh, it's my mum's secret recipe.
You can tell me.
It's a secret.
Is it cinnamon?
It's my mum's secret recipe.
Call Geico and see how easy saving on homeowners and condo insurance can be.
I'll come back for the plate.
Domino's delivery vehicles are going electric. With over 100 EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come, it's good for pizza delivery and better for the planet.
The refrigerator is Greg's happy place.
My kids eat, but I finally figured it out.
We can get all that we need and then a little bit more at Walmart.
Uh-oh. Now this is going to be...
Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield, never not working.
One day, you might realize it's time to switch things up.
Thank you.
When your sisters come to town and you say,
It's on me.
Crushed it, little bro. When your friends come over to watch the game. No, when you go to the game. Total power move. When you realize your vacation days won't use themselves and it's time for an out of office. Way out. When you're with Amex, it's never a question of if you'll make it happen. It's when.
It's Tim Tebow in a Verbo, where you get the whole place to yourself. So it's always just you and your Gators.
Eat, play, eat, play, eat, play. Dave & Buster's Eat and Play Combo is back. Get an entree and a game card starting at $19.99. Now through November 27th, only at Dave & Buster's.
The highlight of the season is here. The Great Christmas Light Fight, Monday on ABC.
Do you hear what I hear?
It's CMA Country Christmas. Gather the family as country music's biggest stars perform your favorite holiday songs.
Merry Christmas!
Carly Pierce hosts CMA Country Christmas, Thursday, December 8th on ABC.
Tonight on ABC, 7:30 Eastern Time. One of the great rivalries in college football on this rivalry weekend, Notre Dame and USC. Each coach making his debut in that rivalry is the head coach, Marcus Freeman and Lincoln Riley. First time it was the debut in the rivalry since 2010 for Brian Kelly and Lane Kiffin. There's a BT Potter touchback. And here's Kevin Nagandi.
Sean, let's go back to the shoe. Michigan's big play passing attack has been the storyline so far, Dan.
Yeah, Ohio State's held Michigan at 35 yards rushing, but a lot of man coverage in the secondary by Ohio State, and they've burned them for 3 touchdowns.
Colston Loveland, the freshman, 45-yard touchdown catch. Michigan up. Meanwhile, Georgia in control 23-7 over on ESPN. Back to you.
Boy, Colston Loveland, an emerging star in the second half of the season for Michigan. Very little involvement from Blake Corum. Was injured last week, and yet Michigan still has the lead. Here it's a 9-point lead for Clemson, in need of a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Backward pass to Jaheim Bell. He got away from Trotter and then got dumped by DeMonte Capehart. Here's a look back at the touchdown. Dabo Swinney was starting to run down and call a timeout. And in the last minute, one of his assistant coaches told him, we're okay, we're okay. Gave the stop sign. They ran the play, and it wound up an 11-yard touchdown.
Well, when you give the ball to number one close to the goal line, you're pretty much going to be okay most of the time. He finds the end zone.
Great all-around players on offense in college football. Will Shipley having another big day. Spencer Rattler wants to launch a deep one, and it is caught! Juice Wells all the way, touchdown Gamecocks. 72 yards. Makuba couldn't stop that one. He stopped one at the 1 in the first half, and it was a huge play, but it's a new longest pass of his career for Spencer Rattler. Second time today he's established a career long.
Well, nice little change of pace by taking the quarterback and moving him out of the pocket and giving a little extra time, because this is a slow developing route. So they moved the launch point for Spencer Rattler, and he delivered another strike. 2
plays, the touchdown, 72 Rattler to Wells, second touchdown of the day for the junior from Richmond, Virginia.
Well, Wells has been pretty quiet for the most part, but this time again, he's going to run a deep route. The staggered start, he gets outside, and beautiful job by Rattler finding him, moving the launch point, giving the quarterback a little extra time, and then number 7 does the rest. Hits his favorite target, beats Makuba on the play, and this time Makuba not able to make the tackle and prevent a touchdown.
Wells, a transfer from James Madison, spent 2 seasons there, had 116 catches in 2 years, and 21 touchdowns. So he's by far their most important wide receiver in his first year in Columbia.
And they say he's hyper competitive. He kind of, when he came from James Madison to the SEC, a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, wanted to prove he was capable of playing at this level, and he has more than shown that. He's been an outstanding target for Spencer Rattler all season.
Off his season high 177 receiving yards last week. He's had 3 100-yard receiving games this year for the Gamecocks. He has 86 today. It's the longest play given up by the Clemson defense this season. Mitch Jeter, another touchback. Here's Molly.
Well, the frustration is settling in on Clemson's sideline. A group of Clemson defensive players, mostly in the secondary, were all yelling at each other, getting into a verbal altercation, and had to be separated by coaching staff. In our games covering Clemson, I've never seen players go at each other that way. So this defense very frustrated by those explosives, especially in the passing game.
Well, both teams have had a lot of explosive plays in this game. For South Carolina, mostly throws, and for Clemson, mostly runs.
Back to a 2-point game. And here's Phil Maffa lunging to the 30-yard line. It's the 3rd time now South Carolina has battled to get back within 2. They have not led in the game after falling behind 14-0 in the first quarter.
I mean, the total yardage right now is identical at 321, but look at how they're getting it done. South Carolina throwing the football, explosive plays, and Clemson just grinding it out. The combination of Shipley, Maffa, and DJ Uiagalelei running the football.
DJ 6 for 20 passing. They give him a short completion there. Antonio Williams dropped for no gain. Crowd wanted a late hit on O'Donnell Fortune. He was fortunate not to get flagged.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything there.
No.
I mean, just getting him to the ground. Big 3rd down play here. You know, momentum is a real thing. In South Carolina, they get a stop from their defense right here. A chance to kind of seize momentum and quiet this crowd.
Yeah, they feel like they can score when they have the ball. 3rd down and 5. Uiagalelei surrounded, gets it off, incomplete. The pressure forced the errant throw in the direction of E.J. Williams.
Yeah, this is good pressure over the new starting left guard. Here's the pressure here, and watch this linebacker. He's going to fake like he's dropping, and then he's going to come. And clearly, right now in the second half, Clayton White is saying we're going to pressure in pass situations. We're going to get after DJ and make him uncomfortable. And a nice 3-and-out by the defense.
Zach Pickens. The defense forcing the second 3-and-out of Clemson this half, 3rd of the game. Swanson. Another less than elegant looking kick that came to a rest at the 29-yard line. 41-yard punt. Effective. We'll be back in 8 seconds after a look from Ram Trucks.
Built to serve.
So a chance for the lead for the first time today for South Carolina. Spencer Rattler has had an up and down day, a lot like his season and career. 16 of 27 for 298, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. A lot of run after the catch for Juice Wells, and tripped up by Nate Wiggins after a South Carolina first down to the 43.
Great first down call because pressure's coming from the opposite side. Pressure's coming from here from the short side, so they throw the quick screen out to this side, to the wide side of the field. Ball's out of the quarterback's hands. Pressure can't get there. And a nice first down play for South Carolina.
Up and down season, or rather up and down season for the team, especially for the offense. And 2 weeks ago at Florida, they scored 6 points, and it was on a fake in the special teams. They got hammered by the Gators. Then they scored 63 last week. They have 28 and counting. And we're not through 3 quarters against the very salty Clemson defense. Jaheim Bell to the 48-yard line for 5.
Miles Murphy limping off the field after that play right there, too. One of the best defensive linemen for this Clemson defense. We've not seen much of Brian Brzee today. He has been in a few plays. He hasn't played for a couple weeks. He's not out there right now.
Missed last week with strep throat. They go back to Joyner, the Wildcat quarterback.
The previous play is under further review for a potential targeting.
Daniel Boldrick in the replay booth. Jordan Craddock is the communicator. It is an SEC officiating crew. They do have collaborative replay with assistants from back in Birmingham. It's R.J. Mickens.
Now the question is, did he lead with the crown of his helmet? He's not a defenseless player. He's a runner.
And he awaits his fate. Let's take another look. Give Matt Austin another look at it. This seems to be the best vantage point. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question that number 9 lowered his head and he was attacking, and there wasn't. He did attack with force. I do think this is targeting, and it will be confirmed.
Yeah, that would be a big loss. He's had some key plays this season on defense. Son of Ray Mickens, played at A&M and in the NFL for a long time.
Well, and earlier in the game on a special teams play, Jalen Phillips, one of their other starting safeties, kind of hobbled off the field. Not sure what his status is. They have Makuba and Phillips and Mickens have all kind of shared starting duties at safety for this Clemson defense.
Phillips limping.
And he doesn't have his helmet. And if this targeting stands, he may have to play if he's capable of playing. Otherwise, they go to a freshman, Sherrod Koval.
But I would think the replay booth wouldn't have stopped it unless they thought they saw targeting. Referee is Matt Leffler. This is a big review, and it's taking a while with 59 seconds to go in the third quarter.
When this Clemson defense has had problems early in the year, it was in their secondary against the pass. The only game they did not control the line of scrimmage was at Notre Dame, when they gave up well over 200 yards rushing. In fact, Notre Dame had 2 running backs, both went over 100 yards. Every other game, they've kind of controlled the line of scrimmage and take pressure off their secondary. But
well, here comes the announcement.
After review, personal foul targeting using the crown of the helmet on the defense, number 9. That player is disqualified.
Well, big call. Good work by the replay booth, because it certainly did seem to be targeting. Well, so Mickens is out, and they have Carson Donnelly in, a graduate student, has played very little. Matter of fact, he has 1 tackle and 1 pass breakup all year.
And they have Sherrod Koval, the freshman. So they have 2 probably third-team safeties in right now against Spencer Rattler in this pass offense. And if I'm Marcus Satterfield, I'm saying, let's go after these 2 guys here. Let's see if we can attack these new safeties in the ball game.
The penalty gives Carolina first down at the 37. Swung out wide to Wells. They get it to their best playmaker at wide receiver. He runs down to the 22. Well, it could be the last play. Well, they stopped the game clock to move the chains.
You know, the other unfortunate thing for Mickens and this Clemson defense is not only does he not get to play the rest of this game, he'll miss the first half of the ACC championship game in Charlotte next weekend as well.
So Mickens out. Jalen Phillips, who didn't have his helmet, was limping a bit, is back on the field. And they'll take it to the fourth quarter. One of the great rivalries in college football. It'll be decided in the final 15 minutes, or perhaps more. Clemson by 2. ESPN's presentation of college football on ABC will return after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
When you're built for tailgating, you're built for winning. Winning at storage. Winning at parking. Winning at technology. Winning at comfort. Winning at winning.
A dental tool is round for a reason. So is an Oral-B. Round cleans better by surrounding each tooth. So clean, you'll feel like you just left the dentist. Oral-B. Brush like a pro.
Come and get it.
New Subway Series menu, the greatest sandwich roster ever assembled.
For more on the new boss, here's Patrick Mahomes.
Incredible. Meatballs, fresh mozzarella, and pepperoni.
Oh, the meatball's out. I thought he never fumbles. The new Subway Series. What's your pick?
Isn't it great that T-Mobile's network is powerful enough to bring high-speed home internet across the country?
Pay attention. T-Mobile home internet is just $50 a month.
Focus!
Just $50 a month. No price hikes, no monthly fees.
Oh, hi. What's this? A hospital bill? For $1,100?
Looks like your wallet may need a sling, too.
Tell me about it. Did that goat say Gap?
He's talking about expenses that health insurance doesn't cover.
Well, I'm talking about the money Aflac pays to help close that gap.
Aflac, huh?
Aflac! That ducted motor.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
Gillette presents the Gillette Labs with Exfoliating Bar, a razor designed to take the hassle out of your routine with effortless shaving and one efficient stroke. The bar and the handle removes unseen dirt and debris that gets in the way of the blades, so nothing gets between you and a quick and easy shave. All with a lifetime warranty. Gillette, the best a man can get.
When you start with better ingredients, better pizza, you also get better papadillas, better cheese sticks, better yummy this, and better tasty that.
With this, or you can get with that.
Get any two or more for just $6.99 each. That's Papa John's.
Dance into the holiday season
with a little Disney magic.
With special performances by Run DMC, Meghan Trainor, Black Eyed Peas, Neo, and more.
Let's go!
Disney's magical holiday celebration, Sunday on ABC. The Great Christmas Light Bite returns for its sweetest season yet.
We have 5,000 marshmallows in here.
You'll be begging for some more.
Get out of here! This is crazy!
The Great Christmas Light Bite, Monday on ABC.
No matter where you call home, you deserve reliable coverage. At T-Mobile, we cover your town and 99% of people in America. And now, for a limited time, with T-Mobile's hometown discount, families and small businesses who switch at a local store get 20% off. That's 20% off unlimited talk, text, and data for the life of your plan. Plus, with our T-Mobile Price Lock, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan. Get T-Mobile's hometown discount today.
Get your hour-by-hour weather forecast mornings on News 10 ABC.
Clemson has led throughout, but it's a tenuous 2-point lead. The crowd trying to do its part to maintain it. They're 126-2 since 2011 when leading after 3 quarters. Low throw caught by Wells on 1st and 10 from the Clemson 22, and he danced